You already started.
Yeah, it's
You got
going.
him saying rumble.
Yeah, racist comments.
Followed by a sexist
Insert.
comment.
It's like I heard Cody was saying a bunch of racist comments.
Oh, now that the recording starts, Cody stops calling me the N-word. Got
Whoa.
it.
Whoa. Yeah. Heckin' spicy. You do something one time, and like the internet never forgets. Like
One time on Xbox Live in 2008.
Oh, look, Modern Warfare lobby.
been banned ever since.
Login. You're a what the hell?
Oh, he needs some milk. All right, let's fucking do this. Last week, D&D. You guys attacked a keep and killed a whole fuckload of goblins. About almost 20 goblins. It was a pretty good night. I think there was a bit of gathering of supplies, cart trip. You avoided some combat in the desert on your way here. Getting past some beasts that took down some sort of flying creature. Skipped through some ruins, and then made a bit of a plan. Parked your caravan at the bottom of the hill. Ox seemed entertained by some plants that it had found, but you sort of chalked the wheel so it couldn't go anywhere. And began your assault upon this keep. And in doing so, slayed a number of tiny little humanoid creatures that came running out all in a huff and a flurry, and that's pretty much it. That was pretty much it. Like, some epic times were had. Giant formed, crushing towers out, and, moonbeams destroying things, and Barney getting felled by several blasts of magic missile. But that's pretty much, I think, the gist of it. And I know Bjorn had made their way inside. Altair is currently still standing inside the gate, but Mumbleman and Barney are currently outside the gate. The little bit of haze that hangs around the inner part of this keep is very apparent to you, Bjorn, and Altair, as you're sort of standing there. You can see that they have fires going where they're burning a number of different pieces of debris, like whether it be pieces of furniture or books or just things that they've gathered from around the keep to keep the fires going in the center and over by this little camp. And you can see they have a bunch of little huts set up, tents and things that they've sort of overtaken the whole interior of this keep grounds, I guess you can say. Now that the tension of battle has sort of waned a bit, this coming into sight, the more you look around and take everything in. But this whole area is yours to explore. What would you like to do?
Kind of want to see if there's anything around I can visibly see, like around the main tower structure, like an actual front door.
Absolutely. You can just at a general glance. I'll get you to give me a perception check just real quick to see the level of detail that you see. But immediately looking around, you can see that there's a number of queen's roots have overgrown some of the exterior of the buildings. One of the roof is a bit damaged and popped up from it. The building on the right-hand side has a very visible front door that's partially visible, but has vines sort of covering half of it. And the other one on the opposite side sort of has a tent that's in the way at the moment. But there is blown out sections of wall that they seem to be using, trudging through to get. Plus, on the opposite sides, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side around the corner of the building, you're unsure if there are doors on that side. But with a 19, what you see also studying that large building is grand central tower is of an older construct than the buildings that are built beneath it and off of it. Even just architecturally speaking, the design's even slightly different. So the tower most likely was standing here long before the rest of this was built around it. The roots wind and gnarl all the way up the top of the tower, and you lose a little bit of sight just of the apex, but you notice a little bit of like this sort of bluish, purplish glow from the very tip, almost like a what looks to be like maybe a lightning rod or something that protrudes out of the top, catches just barely enough to see that it's mildly aglow at any given time. And also there's a number of like watchtowers seen, and on the right hand side you can see what looks to be maybe 2 barracks that are sort of nestled up against the back portion. But you do see blown out walls that you can enter these buildings from if you choose.
I do want to walk up to the goblin here that
Yep.
had that staff and kind of grab that staff if it's still there and throw it, kind of give it
in
to Altier.
Okay. In staff standards to a goblin, it's more like a wand to you. But yeah, you pick this thing off of the ground. You can see the end of it still sort of mildly aglow from the arcana that poured forth from it. I had rolled a 12 pre-game, so it's not destroyed. You pick up this small staff before presenting it to Altair.
Here, Altier. You seem more entwined with sticks than me.
Thank you. I'd be very interested to see what this does and see if it would help me or someone else.
Just don't point it towards Barney. You might have bad memories.
Okay. Noted.
Barney's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Should we bring the ox out?
Sure. I mean, everything's dead right here. You can bring it up closer.
Yeah, someone should probably pull it around.
I'll go try and fetch the ox.
Okay.
Cody,
I'm gonna pull some of these bodies out of the door so he can get it through.
when I do get to the ox, I'm gonna feed him some sugar candy that I've got as enticement to get him to try and follow me.
Okay.
I somehow spelt missiles really wrong because I'm guessing it's a wand of magic missiles and it's auto-corrected to wand of magic muscles.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, dog.
Shoot that my way.
Fucking
Flex down.
wall.
It's here to pump you up.
Yeah.
I thought more of like clams like muscles instead of
Oh.
just magic shellfish just fly at you.
Wouldn't that be more like Pokemon then? Shelter, go!
Yeah. Damn, dog. Fucking
As soon
silly.
as it bites a hold of someone, it goes, slow, bro. My age is
Sorry, my ADHD kicked in a little bit there. I got a little off track. Bad. Mumble Man, you go down the hill and you can see the ox has sort of turned to start to try and eat other things, and it's dragged the cart probably a foot in the sand before realizing it can't really go much further, and it's just sort of patiently sitting there eating and munching. And as you start to approach, it sort of pops its head up and looks towards you. Barney, you clear a lot of the bodies at the door.
While I'm clearing the bodies, I see Altair like checking out that stick, and I'm like, yeah, keep that thing away from me. Ugh.
I'll do my best.
okay.
Mumble Man, you feed it that sugar candy that you did, and it kind of like smells at it for a while. Almost the smelling almost knocks it out of your hand at first before it kind of like licks it out of your hand and starts to fucking chew on it.
I'll release the wedge at the tire and then basically, step back here and pull out another candy and wave it in front of him.
Starts to make its way, starting to slowly follow you, pushing your way up. Bjorn, following that perception check, you're sort of standing there. You had walked over to grab that thing, then presented it to Altair, in which then they started to study it, and you watch Barney clearing bodies out of the door. You hear a little bit of a crash bang coming from somewhere, whether it's inside or from behind the tower, you're unsure, followed by that distant sound of like, you hear like still some chattering and things going on. So there's definitely still a bit of a presence somewhere within the grounds, but you're unsure. You don't see it at the moment.
I want to do peek, like stealthily peek into here to see what I could see inside.
Okay. Oops. What am I doing? Sorry, I moved the map up as I'm still moving other tokens. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, yeah. I don't know if you're trying to push it inside. I don't know how far you want to lead this inside.
I will.
Trying to see inside because I have dark vision to like 120 feet.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant lead the outside the grounds. But yeah, Bjorn,
Oh,
you
okay.
you head up towards this doorway. It would be the doorway itself would be about the size of you normally, but it's a bit half covered by roots right now, so you're able to sort of poke in and look. That is the right hand.
Yes.
You sort of pop in and look, and it seems to lead into a bit of a hallway that then branches left, and you can see a small bit of torch sconce flicker from the inside. The ground is it's pretty dark. Normally, you see the dim light just due to your dim vision or your dark vision. How far do you poke? Like you poke your head in and look around real quick, or you going like half in, or
Or like just kind of poking my head in case there's something there. I kind of pull it back
okay,
very quick.
yeah. So you do one of those like quick checks, and you poke your head in. You can see the sconce alights to a cobblestone floor, concrete walls on the inside. It is pretty dark normally, but you can see that there is some splatters of blood on the ground, some crates in the back corner, and a tent on the inside. And it does branch eventually to another hallway that goes into this building further. But immediately you don't see anything inside, you don't see any movement. But the longer you sit there for a second and listen, you hear more of that. Like, just like some sort of chatter and bickering, whether there's clearly more goblins around that, especially that the bickering back and forth triggers that, but you're unsure how many there is and whether or not it's others reporting to others from the battle that just commenced or had taken place, or if they haven't been completely aware of what happened outside at all. But immediately looking in, you don't see anything that tries to or doesn't pique your interest, I guess you can say.
I hand
head
Barney
back
a
out
wet
and-
cloth, tell him he's got some dirt on him that he should wipe off.
Ugh, yeah, this mud. Ugh, I don't know
Yeah,
where it came from.
You don't want to get infections and stuff, man.
That's a good idea. And I'll clean out my wounds, and then I'm gonna use 10 points of my lay on hands. And then I'll be like, do you have any extra salve I can drink?
I hand him a healing salve. It's my last one.
Oh, thanks. And I go to put it to my lips, and I go, wait, what is this?
It's healing salve. You put it on things that you need to be healed. You don't want to drink it though.
Oh, when I heard him say healing salve, I go to drink it, and as he says, you don't drink it, I like stop it right as it touches my lips. I'm like, oh, phew.
Well, it worked, but it doesn't
You're
taste the
Okay.
best. You want to like spread it on like you would. Well, like the dirt that was
Salve,
on you.
salve,
Your
salve is the
lips are
rubbing.
no longer chapped.
And I'll just
The
rub it on like my severely bruised chest.
You want me to roll it, or do you want to roll it?
You can roll it.
the oxen has sort of pulled away and has found some sort of food or something on a table that it begins to munch on. And it's kind of just hanging out, moving things around, pulling the
Hey,
cart
you!
behind it as it kind of moves up.
Over here! Where are you going?
Should we unhook it?
Well, we might want to actually hook the oxen up to something so it doesn't wander away. And I pass Barney a sugar cube and say, "Here, use this. He likes them."
What am I supposed to do with this?
Sorry. You feed it to him. You feed it to the oxen. You don't
Okay.
rub it on him. You feed it to him.
Barney has like a kind of a grossed out look on his face. He's like, what?
A shot at that fucker.
Okay, so in that midst of you guys having that, a goblin emerges from one of the towers, doesn't realizes, goes, oh shit, you can see it like back up with its hands, and then tries to scale the wall really quick and try and jump over the side. Bjorn, you can make an attack against it if you want. As it's trying to scurry up the side of the wall, 15 hits, 5 points of damage. It gets to the top of it, and it looks back as if it's going to jump, and then hits it, and it then disappears out of sight. The side of the wall.
I just looked and I was like, shoot.
I look up and don't see a goblin or anything. Like, what was that?
Oh, poor fella.
I kind of look at everyone. So I peeked my head inside. It definitely seems like there's probably more in there.
Ugh.
There's
Also, as well as
hints.
everyone has gotten close to the, you can see there is a number of the goods from the keep that they have all pulled out here. And it seems like they're burning crates and barrels and bedding and just general stuff that they can find to keep fires going. But there are chests strewn about, open, and with its contents spilled everywhere. There is food and things gathered and limbs that they've cut off of dead soldiers that piled up. But there's a number of just debris and components everywhere that they have just either looted or broken and destroyed in the process. But as you, Barney and Mubbleman and Bjorn, you would have seen this stuff as you got close to the building. You lure the thing over with the candy. Kind of breaks.
I don't.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Barney's like,
Mama Man
and he'll
got
kind of like, and then we get distracted by that, and Barney just has this like sugar cube in his hand, and he's like,
yeah, and Mumble Man's been distracted because he wanted to go check out the body of the guy that did Barney a lot of damage.
Okay.
Barney's gonna go to Board, and he's gonna hold the, he's like, the little guy said that
Yes,
that
give it to the
that
big thing and it
thing
follows you.
wants this, and I like hold the sugar cube out, like,
I grabbed the sugar cube.
And as you grab the sugar cube, you look over and you hear like, as it knocks a table over, and you hear there's a couple bottles of wine or something smash off the ground, knocks the table over.
I walk up and kind of grab it by its
Okay.
brain and kind of pull it to kind of get it to come back down this way some.
Give me an animal handling check. It seems to be quite focused on whatever it found to eat there. And you grab the reins and start pulling, and it starts to fight back against you a bit. You can make a strength check now for me if you wish to try and muscle it through, or you can make another animal handling check with advantage, your choice. Okay, yeah, you pull it. You can feel it trying to resist, and you're like, "Holy fuck!" And then you kind of, and it kind of like snaps out of it a bit. Pull it back down, and it listens eventually.
And I give it the sugar cube.
The sugar cube is taken and eaten by the oxen here. Kind of, Barney, you hear, and then
do you speak
I want to go over
Goblin?
to the table
yes.
and just grab a bunch of the food off and go dump it in front of the ox. It stays
Okay,
there.
okay, yeah. No.
I'm gonna brace the wagon with something
Okay.
again to try to keep it from moving as far away as it can.
And you chalk the wheel again. Alter, what are you doing, man?
I'm probably just wandering around at this point, and I probably guess by now I would see the crystals in the back.
So you go that far around.
Yeah,
So if you get to that point, you can see more of the interior of the compound now. The barracks that are here, you see, they've pulled a lot of the stuff from the inside out as well and sort of piled shit up on the table here. But you do see what looks to be like a mine shaft or something, and there is a number of crystals that seem to be pulled out or stacked up beside the entrance to it. But also you hear chittering and mumbling coming from inside the building, not from mumbling.
Then I'd probably back up, get near Barney and Mumble Man, and just say, like, you were wanting to get to the mine, right, Mumble Man?
What? Yeah.
Mine? What mine? Oh, yeah. The mine in the back. That's where my sulfur's gonna be.
Yeah. Okay.
But maybe we should clear these buildings first.
Yes, absolutely.
One of them runs out.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, one of them runs out through one of the holes in the wall, yells at you, and angrily with its weapon over its head, and then runs through a hole in the other wall going to the other building. But
I was
Man,
right.
you see
You're
the
just like
body-
rats. I yell at the building.
Mumble Man starts chasing after him.
Okay, you abandon the body of the one that you were originally looking at, and start to run over to it. You can see as you pass by this area, there is a number of containers and boxes and things on this table, as well as 2 overturned chests here. And at first glance, you immediately see just scattered copper and silver pieces in the dirt and the mud and blood, and still a little bit in the corners of the chest that sort of flipped over. You get closer and you hear, "Where's it? Where's it?" And you can definitely tell that there's a large presence, or at least some other ones inside this building, as it seems to have gone into the left.
Can I follow it through the hole? And then it went in?
Sure you can.
Door here.
Oh, I didn't see. I was looking elsewhere when
Oh,
Cody did it, so I'm not sure exactly where he went, but Mumble Man would have saw.
Okay.
The door
Sorry,
over
I'm
here?
trying to change the map here a bit.
I was sorry. I was just pinging that for Cody. I was asking if it's a door.
Okay.
Sorry, the guy went. He went over this wall here. You're right.
Yeah. There's 2 blasted sort of holes in the wall that they're being smaller creatures as well. Like you would kind of have to lean to get down and to get in through some of them. Bjorn would struggle a little bit as well to get through these holes. But Mumbleman, you move through the blasted out hole in the wall here, and you can see it enters into a hallway that has a lot of loose debris, and some of the roots of the queen are built up along the cobblestones. But there's a sconce in here that sort of gives a little bit of light. But as you sort of peek in and chase that goblin in here, you can see it's gone somewhere in here, and you hear, and it's coming from around the corner. And then you hear like it seems to get further away for a bit. You hear, and this one's gonna run a jump at you. Like,
Can I
Um,
use a bonus
what
action, or is he gonna get to me before I can?
I'm going to say, I'm carrying your guys' initiative rolls from the fight, just to make it easier for how you progress through here. I'm just going to roll really quick to see if that one goblin is
Beats my
able to.
23. Good luck.
I doubt it, because I don't even think. No, it doesn't even have the modifiers to do. Still doesn't even have the modifiers.
Oh,
to
and
do
he
it.
fucking rolled the 20 too.
I know. But it seems to be running to charge you. You do get to react first in the moment, as the other one seems to be the same thing. It seems to have grabbed a buddy or something.
Okay.
But that one's like sort of like 3-step charge towards you as you get that moment to react. And everyone outside, as you're getting closer to here, were you all following him in here?
I was following him to the wall, but I was looking for a bigger entrance.
Okay.
Toward the front side.
The front side has a door.
Okay, that's what I thought I was seeing. So Barney would have went toward that door.
Okay. The door will bring you slightly somewhere different, but that's okay. But yes, Mumbleman, what would you like to do?
Did he get right up to me already, or do I get a chance to fire distance weapon first?
I'd say he's 5 feet from you.
Okay. I'm gonna toss a vial of acid at him.
Okay. Oh. 15 hit. Is it to hit or is it a dex hit? That's the hit.
That's the hit. Yep.
Yeah. 15 hits and 7 points of damage to that one. And you see it like you see this is one of the ones that's wearing like some of the Bavarian Guard armor. Like it's got some patchwork homemade shit on in it. And you throw the vial right at it, and it's like as it like smashes its head off the ground, falls over. The other one's like, he's going to come running up to you and he's going to try and slash you. I would say anyone who follows Mumble Man through that hole, who's following him through there?
I would.
Okay, so I'm going to do this really quick just to put you back here for a second. Altair, you would walk in to see the tail end of one of these goblins sizzling and popping with acidic burns before the other one like jumps off and leaps up onto the wall and uses one foot to try and jump up and like smash downwards on Mumble Man's head. 17 to hit.
And that is a miss.
That is a miss. Okay. You kind of duck out of the way as it tries to do this like power slam attack down on your head, and it sort of staggers a little bit past you. Like that, so much weight put behind it, that attack, it lands on the other side of you with its back turned to you before it turns around, but that ends its turn. Altair, you would be able to react in this moment. And then Barney and Bjorn, you enter through the doorway at the other end of the hall. You can see as you get through and break that outside sort of influence to the interior of the dark building, I guess you could say. You see Mumbleman is in a bit of a tussle here with two goblins that come around the corner. You can also hear some yelling and carrying on that's happening as well.
I guess I would. I guess is that an okay spot?
Oops.
Or no, it'd be there. And then I'd bonus action Shillelagh and swing at it.
Yeah, you do.
Yep. So
18 definitely hits. And you smash that one as it jumps past Mumbleman. You react. Your staff sort of igniting with that energy to solidify. You knock it against the wall, and its head just erupts against the side of it before it hits and falls and tumbles off sideways. You hear as more footfalls are coming from the hall behind you. Barney, in this moment, you would walk through and see Altair finish off one against the side of it, but you hear the scurrying and scamping of footfalls coming from deeper down the chamber as it sort of echoes out towards you. It's your turn, followed by Bjorn in this moment.
Barney is gonna use a bonus action to strap his shield on and take off down the hallway to help out.
Okay.
I need to zoom out and actually count these steps. Alright.
So action.
50 feet. I already moved 10
Oh, okay.
from where you had
But
me.
yeah, I pretty much get you right up to moment.
Okay, yeah, I'll move to there.
Nice. Okay. And then that's bonus action to dash. That's
And that's everything.
Barney's turn. Bjorn, what are you doing?
Gonna move in a little bit. Okay. Why can't I move him?
Already clicked on the arrow, or did you click on something else on the main bar?
No, I clicked on the arrow. He was just like stuck in the wall.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I would put him on the wall, which stops them if they're impeding on it. That was a
So
my
move
bad.
it here, and I'm going to pop a shot off my longbow.
At what?
Well, there's still two goblins.
No, they both
Nope,
have
these
access through them.
Yeah, these two are dead.
Oh, are they?
But you do hear like
normally-
pittering of others that are arriving. There's more footfalls coming deeper within.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The X's weren't showing up.
Yeah, they're kind of. Yeah, they're a bit.
They're X light.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could darker, like even a different color.
I will then dash. So I moved what? 15 already? Like right behind Barney?
Yeah, you can,
Right
and
behind Barney.
you hear
I
like.
got my bow readied.
Okay, are you ready to take a shot? Like you're holding an action, or?
Well, if I dashed, I use my action.
Oh, true. Sorry.
I just have it ready so that way I already had an arrow cocked in it. Not
Okay.
drawn back, ready to go on my next turn.
Okay, so one of them comes flying around the corner, skids to a stop. Another one does the same thing, and you see another one starting to do that. This one reacts first in the moment and picking the first one who's close to it, which is Altair. The other one comes running over and jumps over the body of the other one. He's going to try and strike towards Mumble Man. This one only gets about this far before he can't do anything. The other two one attack against Altair, 5 to hit, nice, and then Mumble Man, an 18 to hit.
Armor class is 18,
I-
so that's a hit.
Meets it, beats it.
I was gonna intercept Mumble Man.
Okay, so he's within 5 feet of you. Yes, you can. The target takes. So you were okay. So let me roll the damage. So 6 points of damage. So you can use your reaction to reduce the damage of the target taken by 1d10 plus your proficiency. Yeah, go ahead and roll that 1d10. You spend your reaction to do so. You block the attack. So Mumble Man, you watch this thing's about to it's like running with you with this makeshift spear it's got in its hand. And you're like, oh, and then it's just blocked out of the way. Barney, describe how you defend Mumble Man.
Running up, but like Barney kind of runs up as this thing runs up, and then and Barney reaches over your head and just kind of like knocks and deflects the spear past us both this way.
Okay. Which you do, and the other one, it kind of like staggers it a bit and knocks it off kilter. And kind of like gets really mad at you for it. This one here used some movement to get up to this point. It's going to use its action to run the fuck away. Leaving its buddies behind, going further into the keep, but that's it. So back to the top, we have Mumble Man followed by Altair.
Mumble Man ducks under the shield, grabs his short sword, and swings a mighty blow.
Yeah, he does. He fucking sure does. Technic would be flanking as well, but you don't need it. You definitely hit. You fell that one right through. You run it through it, and then just sort of gouts of blood pops out of its mouth as it crumples onto the ground behind him.
And then I'm going to finish my movement to see what I can see down this hall.
This hall runs all the way to an end where there's a large gate that is currently closed. It has 2 sconces that are ablaze on either side of it. You see the body of a guard at the end of the hall that's dead against the wall. It does look like there's a side chamber that goes off into a different direction where it seems like that goblin is beelining it for.
And I will say all clear.
Okay. Is that Mumble Man's?
That is Mumble Man's turn, yes.
Okay. Altair, you're up.
I will. I guess how long has it been since the last fight?
I'd say all but maybe 10 15 minutes.
I won't do that now because I don't know. Don't have that written down. So I will do. I'll just hit the one next to me.
Okay.
The top one, the shillelagh.
Yeah, you do. How do you fell this little bugger?
Hit it in the balls.
The balls explode out of his eyeball from underneath, and it kind of crumples against the wall and falls over.
Holy moose mangoes, that looked like it hurt. Yeah, he's dead.
Barney, you're up, followed by Bjorn.
While we were like when we were outside coming in here, how would I like? How does everyone look? Like, do people like pretty battered or? You know what I mean? Like,
Was that something you would have inquired about while you were outside, or is that
well,
something?
like no, but did Bjorn have 6 arrows sticking out of him when when the fight finished and I saw him? You know what I mean? Or something
Mumble
like
Man
that.
looks no worse
Anything
for wear,
noticeable?
other than he's a little bit dirtier.
Okay.
Bjorn looks like a good
Okay.
solid point.
Because if everyone because Barney was gonna decide if people were in bad shape, he would keep pushing with them. But Barney's gonna say they might try to run out the back, out the back. I'm gonna run out front and keep my eye out, and I'll take off back out the whole front door. Use my dash as well.
Okay,
When it's happening.
sure thing.
So 60 feet. I get pretty much to the door.
Yeah, you do. And you start to branch outside, and you can see as you sort of break the entrance to the outside again, you see the oxen out there just munching on the food that Bjorn presented. You don't see any movement, at least as of yet, in the courtyard. And you guys watch Barney turn, mention that, and run back outside. You can see this goblin here, Mumbleman, still mid-stride running away. But is that in your turn, Barney?
Yes, that ends my turn.
Okay, Bjorn, you're up, man.
Bjorn runs up here,
You see, like,
and I'm going to shoot him,
yeah, you are.
like rounding the corner.
Fucking right, you do. Where's that arrow strike?
So I kind of slide around the corner and pop the arrow, and it pops up off the ground and just sticks him right into his back of his leg, like right through the femur.
And you see him, like, tumble, fall, and, like, slide head off the wall. Doesn't seem to be moving much, but much like Achilles, right to the heel, it falls unmoving at that. We're technically a little bit out of combat at this moment. It seems to have gone quiet. There's no more screaming or chattering or carrying on coming from the inside of the building. And the three of you find yourself in this tunnel, or at least this passageway. Barney, you run back outside. I'm going to watch the front. You can see it's still the same as where you left it. The fire is still crackling and carrying on, but you're currently outside.
I shouldn't have followed him. I thought there was only one. Oh my god, I could have died. Thank you for coming to my rescue.
I know there's probably more, because if he was running that way, only one can assume that he was running to find more of his friends.
How many do you think there are?
How much knowledge would I have of goblins?
You say, how much knowledge do you have of Goblin?
Would I have of goblins? Because me out of character, I know quite a bit, but character-wise, I'm not sure how much Bjorn
I would
would
think it would
actually
be pretty common sense that goblins usually have a pack, or but you've also killed quite a number of them, so it's kind of like, okay, how many really can there fucking be here? So it's something to be cautious about. You've killed probably 20 of these fucking, and how many more could there really be? Yeah, I guess we'll fucking find out. I don't know.
This could be a big nest or horde, because they did say that they keep coming back here. So maybe there's something here that they worship, or they want or like. So it could be a whole horde of them here. We're a small little tribe.
So I shouldn't chase one if I see one then.
Generally, no, I wouldn't do that. But
Well,
we're this far now, so we're gonna have to clear this out, because that's part of the whole reason why we came.
alright, well I'll back you up then.
Barney, I would say outside as you sort of scan around, how far away from this current building do you venture?
I would have pushed my way over to the other, into the middle and slash the other half of the building, kind of
Okay.
thing, on the other side of the bonfire, because I would assume nothing's getting past those guys now, and so I'm gonna go watch the other side to see if anything comes out. But I won't go out of eye shot of the ox because I don't want them to just one
Okay.
of them to run out there and just murder it out of spite or
Do
something.
you peer into the other building?
I'll keep my ear out, but I'm not gonna go peeking it, sticking my head in or anything.
Okay, make a perception. Sort of walk closer, passing by all the fucking rubbish that they pulled all out. And, you start to listening, well, cocking your eyeglass, looking at the oxen to see if anything comes out. You don't hear anything in particular coming from the inside of the building, more so just your heavy footfalls on the sand and dirt.
There's a lot of
You're-
stuff to focus on out. There's a lot of stuff to focus on out here. I'm trying to see if there's any wine on the counters too. Like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's all you can see is broken bottles, and with
There is a
overall-
lot of broken glass bottles around. And even then, you see one and you go and you check it and it's empty. They definitely have been having at some of the stores in here. But yes, that's what you see currently outside. I'll take. Okay. Bjorn, you start to move up the pathway into that area. You can see this large sort of gate that's closed. And there's a body of a guard dead against the corner of the room. Sconches are alight, but you get to that point, you start to see into the little room that's off to the side, and it'll be like either a storage area or something. You see a number of like large jars and urns and things and objects on shelf, and then another edge of like one of those tents catches your eye as you start to move closer.
Momo Man rather loudly shouts out to Altair, are you coming or are you staying there?
I'm coming.
Just playing with my wand. God.
Leave me alone.
You can. This looks like it might have been a storage area or some sort of room that was used for. It's now been clearly taken over by goblins. There's a bunch of bedrolls and fire going in the center of the room. There's skulls on little sticks around and trinkets and doodads around in here. You see immediately as well, there's a couple older bodies of goblins that have been crumpled onto the ground on the other side of this table here. And this small flame that's ablaze in here just by a number of different things and objects that they found within the chamber that they used to burn. It seems to progress further into different directions here.
The real question is, why do they have a tent inside?
There's no
Suspicious.
Why?
way to tell with goblins.
I'm gonna stick my head inside the tent.
Stinks. It has this weird scent of like body odor and shit almost. It's kind of this weird mixture. But you can see like just makeshift beds that they use in here. They've pulled bales of hay apart. Some objects off a shelf that they use as a pillow. It seems to be like a literal tent with some beds in it that they have, besides the ones that are outside this fire pit. Oops. Bjorn, you get to that point and you breach into another hall. It goes into different directions. But you can see here, there was a wall here at one point, but it's completely blown out. And there's bodies trapped amongst the rubble of a couple goblins and a guard.
Are any of these food stores back here still got stuff in them?
There's a number of random things back here. If you want to take the time to look around at what some of these objects are, you definitely can.
I'm gonna do a quick scan while they're shouting ahead.
Okay. Are you looking or searching?
Momo Man's hungry, so he's looking for food.
You're looking,
And
so
if he
perception check, please.
yeah, and if he finds some, he's gonna take some extra because he didn't actually take any rations.
Okay. Altair, you that corner, and you can see this looks like to be some sort of storage area. There's a number of racks and barrels that sit on these racks in a row, but there is also a large crack in the floor that kind of, it's a bit darker in here, especially with your lack of sight, I guess you can say. The sconce only lights so much of the area up, but you see a little bit of a glow from the crack in the floor, and that's also where some of the roots have grown out. But there is long dead corpses. One's rumpled up against the side of the wall, and another one that's in the other back corner of this room. But this looks like a storage area or something, but you're unsure what's in these barrels. Mumbo Man, you scan around and you can see this is a number of, I'm going to say a lot of cookware on the one shelf, especially this one back here is a lot of pots, pans, and, forks, just a lot of general stuff. There might have been food on this shelf at one point. You can see there's a wheel of cheese still in its wrap, but then there's a number of others that have just been like stabbed at and cut and torn open and eaten. The jars back here are all these large corked barrels that rest in different positions of state, like they're knocked over, some are stacked, some aren't.
So I'll grab the wheel of cheese, but when I'm going through the pots and pans and kitchen stuff, if there's anything in there, it looks like he could use for the alchemy stuff. Like he'll kind of just pocket it, and throw it in a pouch. A couple pieces
Okay,
here and there.
for sure.
Just,
There's a smaller set of tongs that would probably be really cool to grab hot beakers with. That you're like, oh shit, okay, this would work. So you have a pair of like metal tongs.
yeah.
You would have one ceramic bowl. Could be good for like a mortar pestle sort of situation.
Yep.
But besides that, it's a lot of like, okay, that's about all that's in this one. The shelf in the back corner has been sort of half broken, and whatever was left on there is starting to spoil. So it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, that's just the sort of how he keeps his basic supplies up
Mhm.
for the things that he does do.
Are you investigating the jugs?
Um. Yeah, I'll take the time to do that.
Okay. You kind of kick one over, and you're like, oh shit, these are full of something. Pop the cork off of one, and you get the smell for a second. It's most likely water. You kind of touch it and feel it, and like, okay, yeah, it's water. These are all filled with water. But how long they've been here, you're unsure. But they are filled with possibly potable water.
Okay.
And Altair, Bjorn, you push through the broken section of wall into another area. Altair, you look over here. This way goes back outside, but in a different direction.
Okay.
And you see, again, corpses caught in the rubble here. There's a goblin tent in here with muddy footprints and stuff that run from different directions. A sconce ablaze on the wall. Bjorn, you get to that point, you can see that this hallway goes down for a good while. And on the angle it goes, it would progress further into the keep, most likely.
Back it out here and be like, have you seen Mumble Man coming? Because I think this way is where we might find a few more.
Looks like he's making his way over here.
You see, he's got a big chunk of cheese in his hand that he's just gnawing on as he starts to approach. I haven't had good cheese in a long time. It's like really cheesy.
Well, that's a good thing in cheese.
Cheesy. Yeah. But yeah, you can see it gets fairly dark as there's no real sconce fire down this way, but your vision kind of grants sight. Every so often, Altair, you see a lit, dim sconce on the way as you progress through. It will reach a point where, excuse me, this direction reaches a hallway chamber where up ahead it will branch right or continue straight. And you realize, sort of as you're looking, you're like, if I continue straight, it'll most likely carry me to the other building on the opposite side. But the direction that if you were to turn right, you're not sure where that's going to lead.
I want to peek around the corner of the direction going right.
You peek around the corner of the direction going right. See a couple more older bodies of fallen guards, a couple bodies of goblins. The smell of decay is pretty strong here, so they might have been sitting back here for a good while. And as you look around the corner, you can see about the edge of your dark vision, maybe 10 feet before it ends, you catch what looks to be like a metal gate or something. But the details of it are pretty, it's a bit farther away. And sort of start to move forward and look again, and you can hear like a little bit of smashing and knocking coming from the direction that you're not looking down.
Turn my head and look down the direction towards the stomping.
You can see it goes
Crashing.
towards an end of the hall, and you see it branch, much similar to the hallway you're still following. It would branch out of sight and most likely connect to a different chamber. But you don't see any lights or any movement or anything down there.
If we make a
Which
noise,
way,
maybe
guys?
it'd come to investigate.
Which direction do you want to go? Like, are you going straight down, or are you gonna go the opposite direction?
I'm waiting
Head
for
towards the. I'll head towards where I heard the noises.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
say head toward the noise.
Okay, you're at the top right-hand side of this map. Those without dark vision start to lose a little bit of the sight here, as there's no lit sconce far down. You can see that there is a wooden sign here that's facing the opposite direction of you. You can see a couple mechanisms on the wall here, but what you immediately see is another one of those gates that's closed as you branch that corner, Bjorn.
I would like to ask Bubbleman, is it okay if I light a torch in here? Like, I don't know how sulfur really works. You've just said it
no,
goes boom.
sulfur's in the mine, but Momo Man does a sniff test of the air, and says, "I think you're fine. I don't. Yeah, go ahead, light torch."
Okay. I'll light a torch.
Okay.
I'm gonna check out the wooden sign here.
There you go. Yeah. So you guys see the flare of a torch light up. The sign says it's been like carved into this piece of wood. It doesn't look old. The wood isn't moldy or anything like that. But it says, "Stay the fuck away from the gate, Captain Greer." But it's faced the opposite direction, as if you would see it if you were coming from this direction. You know what I mean? So if you were to walk into this room
Okay,
and
yeah.
then turn right towards the way you came from, that's the direction the sign would be facing, as if it was to be read from this direction.
And does that gate, in my mind, line up with the gate we saw with the body beside it, or are we much farther in?
Much farther in,
Okay.
and it is it's a very similar gate design and the way it looks. Barney, outside you hear, as you're sort of scanning around, standing watch, you hear some smashing and some laughter, or some sort of from inside the other building that they hadn't gone into. Also, you guys on the other side of this wall, that smashing continues against the gate that you were standing before. So you hear clearly something's trying to smash at it or get into it or whatever they're doing.
Can I investigate this equipment over here to see if it looks like it would open up the gate?
Yes, you sort of look at it for a moment, you realize that there's a lever on it. That lever, following it for a second, you realize, okay, the linkage goes up and it probably pulls that string. Oh yeah, it's tied up with chain along the roof line, so if you were to pull that lever, it would most likely pull that gate up.
Guys, I'm gonna pull the lever.
Hang
You're
on a
going
sec.
to.
Let me get some distance over here. All right. And you see Momo Man cover one of his eyes and gives you the thumbs up.
I reach over and grab the lever and
I go
I
over here.
immediately grab my bow.
Okay, so it's going to be really difficult because I realize I didn't put a door. So it's pretty much a line that's stopping your fucking sight.
Yeah.
So you are technically 10 feet from the door. 5 feet from the door, I guess. So what I'll say is you pull that lever and it begins to here, and something comes from the other side. I'm just going to move you here so you can see what you see is as it opens up. You guys see two goblins with hand tools and stuff scraping and chipping away at the door before they drop the tools and begin to trying to grab their weapon. You would have a moment to react first, Bjorn, before they do anything. Again, my apologies for not putting the door icon here so you can see past it, everyone. But I can move you into the chambers as you get there. I guess I can do this. I don't know if that helps you see.
Yeah. Yeah. Now
Can
I
you
can
put
see.
me in there so I can watch too?
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
I'll
So you can watch the
pop.
TVK while
I'm just
Right.
watching a black screen this whole
Sorry.
time.
Yeah.
I pop off a shot at This goblin right here.
Okay, so I'll tuck you out of the way here. Not technically there. But Mumble Man, you're also around the corner still in Altair, so are you. So you are about, I'd say, 15, Altair 15, 20 feet from these, 15 feet from these goblins. 20 feet from the goblin, sorry. And Mumble Man, you can't quite see it yet. And yes, go ahead, Bjorn, make your attack against whichever one. A 10 just hits. Which one are you hitting? The one on the left or the right? This one? Okay, yes. Yeah, so you sink into it, and it flies back about 6 or so feet and falls onto the ground. Spits blood out on the ground. You hear coming from other side of the rooms. There you can see different passages and hallways. But you smash one out. This one is going to charge you in that moment with its hand over and just, unless you were doing something else in that moment. Oh, wait, you're also like 10 feet back. Never mind, it can't charge you like that. Sorry, I keep forgetting that image isn't the same. Because you are technically back here. But you still have movement if you wish, or bonus action.
Just stay where I'm at for right now.
Okay, so this one will then take its turn here to sort of run up to you. Rusty little sword in hand and goes to swing. Now, Altair, you see it where you are around the corner slightly, come rushing towards Bjorn. For an 11 to hit, I don't think that hits.
No, misses.
Misses. Okay, so yeah, that one is now about 7 feet away from you, Altair, as we go to the top of this turn order, which would be Mumble Man followed by Altair.
I will fire a sling dart past Bjorn at this thing.
Okay. Oh, that definitely fucking hits, and that definitely cleaves that fucker out. I'm gonna just move him into the back because he technically would have died behind the gate. But you see and hear other footfalls coming from somewhere else inside this building as well. Barney, outside, you would hear the and then as like other screaming and stuff starts to carry on from it inside that building.
I'll just kind of get myself ready outside. Like,
Okay. Very well. Altair, what would you like to do?
I'd like to just get up right through the door for the most part. So, and then I'll just hold my. No, I'll action dodge and just see if anything else comes out.
Okay. You begin to ready your action dodge. That would go down to that. Barney, you're outside. You sort of hear the noise. You ready yourself. These gobbies here come flying out. One goes over and looks at this one like, before it turns its head and looks. Goes, oh, yeah! You can see there's a number of tools and shit just scattered all over the floor here. The other one turns, sort of has this little hatchet in its hand, and it looks over and it's like, He comes flying over. He's going to try and attack you, Altair. With disadvantage, technically. So another D20. I don't think that's going to hit anyways.
Nope.
Yeah, so a 14. So that one swings wide, and you can see another one emerges and then is just taking in what the fuck's happening. Doesn't really know, but you can see 3 more that emerge from here. And the first one's like, well, yeah! It starts to get angry at your presence. Then we go into Bjorn, followed by Mumble Man.
We can retreat and drop the gate.
Steps in all the way. I will shoot the neon green guy.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of the ones that has like makeshift armor on. See, it's gathered some of the supplies from the dead here. An 8 goes wide. One of the first times this has happened, it clinks off the wall, ting, 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 disappears into the chamber behind it for like dodges his head, like and see it getting ready to like. It puts its weapon up over its head like it's gonna fucking charge at you.
Can I use this inspiration I've been holding on to for like 2
Fucking right,
games?
fucking right, you can. Yeah, you do. That one does have a slightly increased AC, but it still hits with a 13 there. And 9 points of damage instead of it holding its weapon over its head. You shoot it in the head, it dies.
I was sitting here just holding on to inspiration. I was like, I think I'll use it now.
You're like, I shall not miss. Thank you. But that one.
That'd be my turn.
That ends your turn. All right, Mumble Man, you're up. I don't know if you're fully in here. There.
I am fully in.
Okay. Sorry, I'll put you back in the corner.
Oh, it's all right.
These goblins are out of control.
Yeah. I'm gonna move over here and give myself 10 feet between me and the goblin in front of Altair. And I'm going to hold out my hand and blow a puff of poison dust.
Okay. Is that a con save?
Yep.
Oh my god. Seeds.
And then I will retreat back through the door, looking at the mechanism behind me.
It you see it kind of and then like kind of like smell out of it. Be overly affected, at least in the moment, by this thing. Ending Mumble Man's turn.
Yes.
And sorry, you wanted to look at the mechanism, you said?
Yeah, like I'm I'm unconsciously reaching out towards the lever.
Okay. Altair, you're up.
I am. I'll just hit that one right in front of me.
Yeah, you will. Yeah! Yeah! Fucking getting ready to like try and parry your attack. It's looking at you like, as you just fuck out of the way. You smash
As I
it.
hit myself in my balls. Oh, I hit it. Damn it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's not the armor. More armor one.
Shillelagh.
Yeah, you smash Shillelagh and it smashes against the wall, kind of mildly erupting with on impact. There's still one now that's looking like, oh shit, and it. But that ends at Barney. You have moments to act outside if you so choose. Could definitely hear some sort of tussle coming from inside the building. You haven't gone in.
It's fair. The part of the building I hear it from, I'm gonna try to look for like the biggest hole in the wall, and I'm gonna position myself there.
Okay, so that would literally put you like right outside that wall. That's the blast out wall of that building.
Oh, okay. I guess like if I would see Bjorn standing in front of me here, then I'll kind of
Yeah.
peek my head in, and that'll be it for this turn.
Yeah. You see one of the sconces that are on the wall, a light, Bjorn, and you can even mildly see some of the bodies that are strewn about as you see comrades in combat here. But you branch that in, and then it this one here turns and runs down here, and then takes a branch around the corner. You hear sort of disappears out of sight. Bjorn, you're up.
Well, Bjorn takes chase.
You can see the one that ran past was this one, and it tries to scale up a bunch of boxes of like whether materials or stuff are in it. There's another goblin here that has pried open a treasure box that has a bunch of copper pieces in its hand that they're like holding up and showering down on themselves. And they're like, eh! Look over as you run around the corners, trying confused by the presence of the other one.
And I shoot at the one that's trying to scale up the boxes.
It's like, yeah, 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 yeah.
What is up with the 8s?
Eats misses as it slips and falls downwards, and it lands right into the crate, and it's like, you definitely see this as a dead end. But yeah, they seem to do much there.
I don't mind the ways, but I don't care. It's my bonus action. I'm gonna use Giant's Might, and I grow as big as I can grow into this space. So if the ceilings are at least 16 foot, I get up to 16 foot.
Yeah, it's about a 15-foot ceiling, so you're gonna have to tilt your fucking head a little bit there, dude. But yeah, you and you can see the one that was
It
scouring
says I
itself for
grow
coins
to
is like
a size larger, so I'm just considered large now.
this one falls half prone in fear as the other one tumbles off backwards, rolls off, hits its head against the wall as they both are just trembling against the back corner here.
That's my turn.
Okay. Mumble Man, you're up.
I grab my short sword, and
Yes.
in the motion of drawing it, accidentally trigger the mechanics. Do I have time
Okay.
to move forward before the door closes?
Do you?
Yes.
As soon as you hit that lever and it starts like it moves fair quick, especially with the weight of it coming down. Going up is a bit more difficult, but you would get to roughly the entrance of it if you wish to try and make that gap.
Yeah, you might need to duck or slide or whatever.
I would say make a dexterity saving throw.
Sword gets cut in half.
Okay, yeah, you definitely slide through it before it slams closed behind you.
Nolan rolls so good on things he's not supposed to be good at. He's like,
And
He's like,
then,
stop.
so do I spring back to my feet? Am I technically prone?
You would like baseball slide through the door, and then, especially with a 21, yeah, it was pretty nimble. Like I don't know, it was pretty good. Land up, yeah. You're not prone or just you make it through.
Okay. I
You
do
see a
not.
very
Yep.
large Bjorn who's taking up most of this space. But there's definitely ways you could squeeze through them, especially the size.
Well, no, I don't see any goblins with my
Oh,
line
okay.
of sight right now. So
Sure.
I will take the dodge action and stay where I'm at.
So where you run to and get to, you kick this small little box, spreads out a number of small little metallic tools, spilling its contents out. But that ends Mumbleman's turn. Altair, you're up.
well, huh? Um, um, I see that stuff that he says makes things go boom, so I won't go any closer with my torch.
Okay.
That. I guess I'll action. No, I'll hold my action just in case anything comes in melee range, and I'll
Okay.
block it.
Sure thing. Okay. This one is in the midst of pissing itself on the ground. It's prone with its hands back against some of the crates, trying to scale what it can, trembling in fear. The other one's doing the same thing. They're cornered. They can't go anywhere. They're not fighting back. Bjorn, you're up. Or sorry, Barney.
Seeing that, I would have seen them, or at least heard the goblins running.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Seeing that it's kind of dealt with, Barney's gonna head back outside and kind of go around to the other side of the building here in case they get out that way,
Okay.
and
So yeah,
also
you
just
move
in
to the
case any
front
of them
door.
get out from those other little buildings, if anyone was hiding in those other small
Okay.
buildings.
So yeah, I was about to pull this back out and show you. You were currently here. So you run out over here, looking towards that front doorway. And as you get there, you can hear smashing of glass or something breaking from within this building. But nothing is visible as of yet as you are outside.
Which building? Sorry.
The one that is right here.
To the right.
Okay, I see.
Yes. But that is
Yeah. Sin.
okay. Bjorn, you're up.
So I'm gonna pull my bow back, not shoot just yet, and go. Whoever tells me why you're really here lives.
You can see
Let's
them
see
both.
what this.
You see them both look at each other like, yes.
For the sulfur, says Mumble Man.
They can definitely tell they're not comprehending what you're saying.
I tried repeating it in Orcish.
And it's. Do you understand Orcish?
Yes.
Okay, so it's very broken. No, please. You get no, please, no, don't out of that. But that's kind of it. There's not like anything. It's like they don't understand what he said, so it's not like they're replying like that. Like no, don't, no, that's God. The one that is pissed itself tries to climb up onto this stuff further than gets over into the back, now is hiding behind it, like with its hands peering its head over the top of the crate. This one comes over and starts to clutch the other one side by side.
Well, since I don't know what they're saying, pop a shot.
Which one, top or bottom?
Pop.
Okay, so this one that was clutching towards the other one's like, you see, like run, jump, like they're gonna tremble together, and and it pierces both of them, and they both die.
Let's say technically I add 1d6 to that too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, with your giant form, especially the power behind that just fells both of them as it sinks through the head of the one and then the back of the other. It just completely destroys the two of them, and they're kind of pinned together with one arrow. Nice. And Bjorn, you get to this point and you realize, looking down the hall, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I recognize that. That's that tent from where I poked my head in. So you've done a loop of the two smaller outer buildings, and then that hallway that you came from had that branch point where it led further in towards that larger tower. But currently you look back and you see Barney has walked in, or I don't know if you're still outside, Barney. But the gate's currently now closed from where you had come from.
Well, I want to
I'm still outside. I was just wanting to look.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna make my way around the people, not stepping on anybody. And I want to try to get underneath the gate a little bit and pry it up.
Hell yeah, you do. Give me a strength check with advantage.
And I think I just get advantage on this. Yeah, I have advantage on strength checks. Okay.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, 17. Momo Man, you're sort of out here. Bjorn pushes past you a bit to get to the gate, and he lifts underneath it, and you can see the flex, a little bit of the rune ignition on his body. You can see you're forcing like whatever counterweight of this gate is beyond wherever it's stored, and you hold the gate up over your head. But you see, as you're holding it, the slack in the chain from the ceiling beyond. So you know that if you were to let it go, the gate will most likely just slam shut again unless the lever is pulled to take up the chain slack.
Give me a second, and Mumble Man will scoop up the tools in the box or chest, and then run through the door
I'm
to
just moving these
get
here.
that
Yeah.
lever.
Okay.
Right between my legs. Whee!
Yeah.
And
You're
then
also a bit large to kind of fit through here. You could probably crawl through this gate, Bjorn, in your current size. But yeah, Mumbleman, you pick up this small set of tools on the ground in that little wooden box. Do you pick up all the ones that are yellow here are like hammers and like a chisel and just other random stuff? Scoop these up too,
anything
or
that
do you just
I
scoop up the
thought
other
was
one?
in the box to begin with.
Okay.
If it's too big for the box, then definitely not. I'm just
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to
The ones that
estimate.
were over here were not part of the.
Yep.
And you pull the lever and it takes up the slack in the chain, and Bjorn, you feel like the weight lift from you holding it.
And you see Mumble Man put his hands up and slowly back away from the lever.
Well, speaking, is this a good spot to?
Yes, I'm thinking the same, but what I can also do here now is do this so that you can fucking see beyond that fucking gate. There you go.
Nice.
But yes.
All right.
So yeah, I would thank you for reminding me. Yes, I do know my wife. And but yes, if we want to take a small break here, guys, and then we'll get back into a bit of the exploration
Sounds
of the
good to me.
desert.
Alright,
All right.
remind me
I'll be
to
right.
start the video again when we're done starting.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Well, let me make sure. No, 1 minute.
Okay.
So like right
So
after the door was up, I would probably start shrinking down.
yeah, I was gonna, that is probably say right after that little check there is done. Okay, it'd probably just be easier. All right. Is everyone present?
I am.
I am.
Here.
Can you move my token the other side of the door? Because I can't.
Yeah, there you go. Josh here.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's continue on if everyone's present. Chamber goes quiet again as you sort of fell the last little bit of goblins that are around here, leaving you sort of in another section of this keep. This one seems to be a bit more of a, I'm not going to say residential side of it, or a mess hall style area. There's bodies of guards, there's bales of hay, there are goblin totems all over the place, and you see bottles on tables, you see backpacks and pieces of paper strewn about, just all throughout the chamber around you.
I'm gonna investigate this table. I think those are some sort of papers. See if there's anything of interest.
Excuse me. You see, as you get to that table, there's a number of, there's like a leather-bound journal sitting on one. One's fallen off the table onto one of the chairs. One's just a scribbled-on piece of paper. So yeah, you can see there's a number of just different documents laying. Bjorn, you get to this area and you realize that you're standing in what looks to be like a skinning area. Glancing into that tent, you can see flayed skin in piles and bones. And glancing past into the other room, you can just see corpses piled up in there. So they're most likely using this area to cut up some of the bodies and eat them. And you also see, like, not slumped, but sort of strung up against one of the racks, one of the husks of one of the children from the tree. It appears to be long, sort of dried out, but it's just sort of hung up there. You can see that they either have dealt with other things, or they dragged it in here to look at, play around with.
I'm gonna investigate. Can you move my token the other side of the door? Because I can't.
Okay. So yeah, There are. Yep. So you see that there's a satchel here that's resting against the wall, and you pick it up. It's got a little bit of heft to it. There's definitely stuff inside of it.
We'll see what's inside.
Okay. Inside that satchel, you sort of pop it open. You can see there's a large water skin on the top. Underneath that, you can see what looks to be a roll of 50 feet of rope, and then a small little satchel that has some silver pieces in it and a hairbrush. So it looks like one of the guards or something's personal belongings here.
Well, I want to take the large water satchel
Okay,
and the rope.
sure thing.
No, I'll put the back down.
Okay. Yes, you do.
It was 50 foot of rope.
50 feet of rope. Yeah, it was just like a. It's not hempen. It is just normal rope. And Mumbo Man, you see. This one. And then the other one seems to be like a scribbled pieces of paper.
Okay.
So you can take that journal with you, this one here. It's now permanently added to the handouts file.
Yep.
Under ongoing, I believe. Yes. And then the other one is this one.
And that'll be there too.
Yeah, and that is under handouts as well, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Barney, you walk in to see the battle sort of has concluded inside here. It's gone a bit quiet. Oh, sorry, you were still outside. Altair, what are you up to?
I'd say he'd probably put out his torch or find somewhere to just like lay it so it won't like catch anything on fire.
Okay.
And he'd probably
So you prop it up against the wall here. I'll just sit up.
he'll go in this room and check out like that chest and things like that.
Okay, so that chest has a fuckload of copper pieces, like almost to the brim. Mind you, there's a lot strewn about on the ground from one goblin that was showering themselves. But, there's a lot of copper pieces in this chest.
Okay.
Also, there's a pretty large crack in the floor, similar to the one you've seen in that other room. And it again, you pass by it to look at that chest, and looking down, you can see a very faint sort of glow from underneath, but quite distant. But obviously not large enough for you to ever crawl in, just enough to see.
Then I'd probably go further down and check out the tent and what these like packages and boxes and stuff are.
Okay. It looks to be ore or materials gathered from the mine here. Some of the boxes, a lot of this pile is empty crates waiting to be used. These crates you start to you flip one open and you can see, it's got like some tarps in there. This one's got a bunch of linen cloth and bolts of cloth in it. The tent inside is another one of those, I'm going to say little residential hut. Stinks like odor. It isn't a very clean odor in here. But you can see where there's a number of taken blankets and chunks of mattresses that they've robbed from beds in here and used to sleep on. And you see light also leading outside this way here at the end of the hall. Bjorn, you head outside, or sorry, you head over into this area and you can see like a slaughterhouse. There is corpses, some long decayed, some mummified, so they've been there for a really long time, but then there's some fresh corpses that have been flayed and then thrown back here with no muscle or anything left on the body.
It's this little, like, globy looking thing.
Okay, so you looking around the bodies at first, and then what catches your eye is this sort of glisten, even in like with your dark vision, you catch this. And from one of the roots that is protruding and sort of clinging to the wall, there is a large drop of a white substance that is about to drop off and hit the floor. See, like it's like a teardrop that's pooling by the roots and it's about to fall and hit the ground.
Pop open the water thing and see if there's anything in it. If not, I want to try to collect it.
Yeah, it's an empty water.
I want to collect it.
Okay, so it is golf ball sized, I would say. And you kind of hold the thing underneath it, and it catch the tip of the water thing. It sinks into the water. Not get rid of you.
Goodbye, Bjorn. It was fun.
Yeah. Rip.
Vanished. Rip. So I then
So write
kind of
down root
root what?
milk.
Okay.
Because yeah, it is a very white. I'm not going to say creamy substance, but it is pretty viscous. Like it's fairly thick, like a sap almost, but a bit runnier than that.
I'll start heading back.
Yeah, and you see as you get here, you can see Altair sort of looking through or hear him ruffling through some things below before they sort of catch up. Mumbleman's in the midst of prowling through all the tables here. So Mumbleman, what else are you doing? Looking at that backpack now?
Yep.
You grab it. It seems to have stuff in it. You sort of pop it open, and you can see on the inside there's some spoiled food immediately on the top, some fruits that have turned. But underneath it, you can see a little bit contaminated scrolls of paper, and then like an inkwell. The inkwell's sealed off, and then there's like loose gold pieces in the bottom as well.
I will discard the fruit off the top. How's this backpack seem in condition-wise compared to the one I've got?
It's not bad. It is a little bit. I'm not going to say what's that term. It's a good shape. It's not horribly, beaten
Okay.
up or anything like that. It's a little bit dirty, but not besides that, it's a pretty decent looking.
So I'm gonna cast mending on it, and then I'm going to take a look at the paper in the bottom.
Okay. It is blank parchment.
Okay.
So besides a few sheets that were ruined by the runoff of the moldy fruit, you kind of throw those things away, and you have probably 10 sheets of parchment and an inkwell.
And how many pieces of gold do I find?
In the bottom, there is 10 pieces of gold.
Okay, and I will transfer the stuff in my backpack over.
Okay.
And then I will move on to the next thing I want to investigate.
Okay. Moving up over here, you can see another little sort of reinforced area here. So I'm not sure if this area might have been for one of the goblins that was more, I don't want to say decorated, but they've pulled a number of barrels, urns, and buckets over here and have stashed a bunch of shit on this shelf. You can see on here, it looks like someone was preparing like preservatives and stuff like that on the bottom. They got things spread out, but you can see that there's another like journal or something sitting on one thing.
I'll check out the journal.
Okay. This one. So that's that one. And yeah, you can see there's a couple like these totems that they've built in here, and then there's another chest in the back with its lid currently closed.
Yeah,
And
check out that chest next, but you can move on to somebody else for a minute.
Sure thing. I'm gonna go out to Barney. What are you doing outside, man?
I was gonna go toward that building with the banging in it.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
You start to head over to it, and you can move past like one of these blast marks on the ground. And as you get closer to it, it looks like they might be bunkhouses or barracks or something like that. You get closer and you hear, "Wow, Jay, come on, like, no, and then, start some smashing from the inside of here. But there's a deeper voice, as well as a couple other like smaller voices coming from the inside of this.
Can I try to sneak up to the door and peek in?
Sure, you can. I'd say give me a stealth check just because you are actively trying to sneak
Yeah.
up. Yeah. Some token. So you pop your head in. Stealth is 7. Okay, so you walk in, and you see the interior of this one has a lot more like roots that have busted up through the floor and has overtaking it. You see just popping in immediately what looks to be like some sort of vine-like creature that has been slain recently enough that the ichor from it is still wet on the ground. There's a couple sconces ablaze in here as well, but you see like this is like, oh, okay, and that goes into like some sort of kitchenette or something off the way through the angle in which you see. Let me see. Yeah, you can make it a little bit of dim light as you walk in. You can see a body against one back corner of the room. But as you get in inside as well, from the direction over here where the creature was laying slain on the floor, you hear that. Good job, bud. Get us. Some smashing coming from the back part of this sort of building. And there's clearly some more presence of goblins in here somewhere.
Okay. I guess I'll just. Oh my goodness. Keep missing my scroll. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna start sneaking in through here. Then.
Okay.
These sconces lighting up a bit, or is there not as much over here? These just
On this
on the
direction, there's not so much light that you can at
Okay.
least see right now.
I'll go this way towards the light.
So yeah, you start walking through here, and you immediately start to hear that like of you crushing some of the vines underneath your feet before you get off of them and get to the cobblestone floor. You can see a woman that's been like blasted through a bookshelf over here in the back corner. Whether she was hurled or thrown or fell into it, you're unsure. She's partially covered by some books and some shit all over the floor. You see what looks to be like another little rest area here, like a kitchenette with picnic table or large tables that are broken. A lot of its component, like debris sprayed everywhere. One of the tables, though, you catch your eye, you can see a number of bottles that have rolled into the center where the table is broken, as well as a number of backpacks and satchels and pieces of paper strewn about in here as well.
Okay. I guess I will keep kind of just slowly working my way this way and seeing if I can see across in the dark.
Yep.
Is it too dark? I assume it's too dark out here, though.
No, the sconces kind of like again the sconces it gives some dim light into this area, not so much bright light, and it does like display this room a little bit to you. Making out a lot of the stuff along the back wall in here doesn't come into view, but you see these tables that were once like a mess hall like area, old food, the scent of that sort of rot has hit you of compost, and then you see two dead bodies of guards in here as well.
All right, I'm gonna go kind of sneak up, grab or creep up to this table here, and grab 2
Mhm.
cups, and then I'll get back in between the little archway here, and I'm gonna throw the cup out into the open here and try to smash it off the floor.
In here or
Yeah.
in okay.
In the toward the front entrance.
Oh, like okay, I see. You throw that down. You're like, there, go, sir. And you hear, and then
I'm gonna throw the second one like through the front door right now.
and you see one goblin starts. Oh, well, I don't know how far you're sticking out, but you hear like it's like one goblin comes into view.
I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
creep up here so he can't see me.
Okay.
If I can,
So
like up against the wall.
okay. So it gets out here. You throw the second one out there, and it stops here. And you can see it like kind of going. You're peeking around. You see another one emerge, stop at the corner, and that one looks over and sees your face, and you make eye contact with it, and it goes, security girl. And the other one turns behind, and so it's like, oh shit, and it looks and sees you, and it realizes that the two now have seen you. And you hear, go. And the other one here turns and yells backwards down the hall.
I'm gonna rush this one here.
Okay. This one in the midst is going to try and rush you as you rush over to attack the other one. But this one's like, you see it like put its like club up to try and defend itself.
These roots.
These roots indeed. So yeah, that when you strike down on the club, you feel almost like your sword give a bit, and you realize that you've cracked your weapon durability slightly compromised. And it will then retaliate, or at least try to. But a 13 I don't think hits, because it parries it off and then tries to swipe at you, and it misses. And then this one's going to run over, jump at you, try and hit you too. For a 10, it misses. But then you hear, like, coming from somewhere within this room, like, so you definitely feel another creature coming your way from down the hallway where they were.
Okay.
Back to you. What would you like?
I'm gonna like flip my sword on the hilt to my sword on the ground and go. And after hearing the noise, I go, "Why is it always me?" And I'll pull my dagger out, and take and lunge at this guy and go straight through his throat.
A 10 just hit. Okay,
Oh,
so
I
10. I think
take
your
off one
damage will be.
take off one damage.
Take off one. Okay, so this.
I think, right? Or oh no, I'll roll a d4. That's what it is. Sorry.
Okay, so still 7. Which one were you hitting? One you originally were at?
No, this guy.
This
I
one?
don't know if
Okay.
that hits.
That one does not hit with a 10. Here. That one's one of
Oh
the
wait,
little bit.
can I use my inspiration?
Yes, you sure can.
What is it? A d6, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, that one sinks in, and as it goes to like, it misses that attack, exposing itself enough that you just fucking juke it in the side of the ear, and it just and then like stumbles, hits the wall, and then collapses. The one before you hear coming down the hallway. Still hasn't quite got to you yet. This one is going to, as you look over and towards that area, attack you again. Not making purchase. You're up.
I like see this one coming and I block it with my shield and I'm gonna try to just lunge over the top and stab him straight in the top of the head with my dagger.
Okay.
And at the same time bowl him over and just start running out of this building because those are
Okay.
loud, fast footsteps.
Okay, so yeah, that definitely fucking does. And it kind of like tries to trip you or something in the midst. Clearly not successful. And then it just kind of like, oh, you see it like staring blankly at you as the eyes just roll backwards. You pull your dagger out and run out the door. You hear whatever was down there chasing, like, or running towards you, getting very close to before you run outside.
I'm
And
ready.
you run outside. It's like 1-2 seconds before you say, and like it's whatever it is screaming, carrying on in there. And you get to there
Yeah.
before this larger, sort of oranger skinned hobgoblin appears in the doorway. It has like a 2-handed maul in its hand, and it's wearing like this sort of makeshift half plate, kind of like, and it starts to like, make a beeline for you here. You guys inside the building hear commotion coming from outside, slightly with just like screaming, yelling from outside. You would all be sort of here, but I'm gonna leave that right now. How far are you gonna? Where are you running to?
I'm gonna keep running as far as I can this way, and as I'm running across here, what you guys will hear from outside is Barney running and this guy yelling at him. Barney going, "I poked a bee's nest! I poked a bee's nest!"
Okay, so back in here, you guys kind of hear some screaming coming from outside, a bit muffled. I'd get Bjorn, Altair, and Mumbleman to make perception checks, please. Altair, you don't really hear much right now. You hear a little bit of like, even Bjorn, it's kind of a little bit like you hear Barney yelling. It's a little inaudible. But Mumbleman, since you're closer to the door, you hear what Barney says, like, I poked the bee's nest, I poked the bee's nest. And like,
What's that, Barney? You poked a bee's nest?
Bjorn
It's a big
darts
one!
Is there honey?
It's a big one!
okay, so I would say it caught up to you. I'm going to move you a little bit forced here,
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah,
It caught up to you about this point. You would
Okay.
have your action now to go and move where you so choose. As this one has made contact with you, it yells at you again, and you can see it like starting to like lean down, like it's going to start to fucking book it towards you. But you get to act in this moment first.
Can I just use the dash
Oh yeah,
action?
yeah. If you want to
Okay.
run, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take off this way. As I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run to the corner of the building, then, I guess, or
Yeah. This is like a turn. This is a turn for you, so you can use it. You can add action dash if you so choose, or do something. It's up to you.
okay. I'll come to the corner of the building, and can I use my bonus action to climb up on the barrels here, around the
Sure, you
corner,
can. Yeah, you can.
and that'll be the end of my turn, and I'll yell, out, "There's a big one, a really big one, with a big axe. I made him mad."
You say that as he like skids around the corner, like in the sand. You can't you can't do anything else other than that. Other than like you just see this look of fucking absolute anger on his face as he's got the maul in two hands, like wound up, like he's getting ready to smash at you. Everyone inside, you hear Barney outside, clear as day. Now say this. Before you all sort of have this moment, what are you guys doing inside?
If there's a hole in the wall or whatever, I'm headed out
Yeah,
towards helping
where
Barney.
you see Barney's
Yeah.
token, there's a blasted hole in the wall there.
I'm darting
Okay.
to jump up that hole.
Okay. Altair? Staying behind?
I guess if they leave with like, I'll follow since I didn't really hear anything. I'll be like,
Right.
what's going on?
Okay. Fair.
Well, you hear Mumbleman talking about honey and bees.
Okay.
So I'll follow along in the back, be like, why is everyone rushing for honey?
Josh, roll a 20 real quick, please.
Ooh.
Okay. This fucker is going to try and smash at your legs. 15 to hit?
16?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay, so it goes to like, and you guys emerge as you watch this hobgoblin, this larger one, probably about the size, half the size of Bjorn, but larger, a lot larger than the goblins. Two hands smash the barrels out from underneath Barney's feet as Barney just sort of like, oh shit, and like land on the ground. There's no more barrels underneath you. But it's like, and then it realizes, shit, there's a bunch, but it's still quite angry and it's not sort of letting up. But we're going to get into true order here now of Mumbleman. Or it would be Mumbleman followed by Bjorn since you ran outside, and then it would be Barney and then Alter. So Mumbleman, you're up, and then Bjorn.
That doesn't look like a bee. And I will fire a slingshot bullet at it.
Yeah, you do. You can see it look towards you, like getting your sling, and it tries to like deflect with its maul. It doesn't help. It smacks side of the head. Still up. Definitely a little bit hardier than some of the goblins fighting so far.
And then I will move, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, Bjorn, you're up.
Come out, I will take a shot at the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, you do. Oh fuck. Okay, nice. That one hits for sure. And it. Where are you aiming to?
Center mass.
Okay, yeah, and it does. It goes through one of the plates of its like makeshift half plate that it's wearing. You see it stagger back on one foot for a second, like bit, like pull them all up again, like.
I stroke my finger across my bow, and lightning shoots up out of the ground and shackles him as I use my fire rune.
Okay. Does it make
It
any
fits.
saves or anything? Or
Uh,
it doesn't look like it. With attacking, you can invoke the rune to summon shackles. The target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage and must succeed a strength save. Okay. Hold that right. Strength save. That definitely fails. So you can go ahead and roll that damage.
and it's going to be 2d6 lightning damage.
Yeah, sorry, yes, indeed. Flavor. It and it like constrained or restrained by this. That's what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's restrained for 1 minute, and at
It-
the end of each one of its turns, it can make the save again. But at the beginning of the turn, it takes 2d6 damage again.
It is quite fucked up as well, but it is still standing, although shackled by your lightning rune. But Barney, you're up. Or sorry, anything else you'd like to do, Bjorn?
No, but that would also mean he dropped his maul now.
Yeah. Excuse me, sorry.
I'll just take a couple little steps forward, and that's
Okay.
it.
You can sort of bump into some of the debris out here, but Barney, you're up. You can see it like it's shocked by the lightning energy as it shackled to the ground, drops its weapon.
Barney had like kind of dove off the barrels here, so he kind of gets up and dusts himself off. And after seeing this guy kind of stuck behind him, instead of running like he was thinking before, he's gonna turn around and try to sneak out, like get inside him here.
Okay.
Go for take a little jab at his gut.
I think it's advantage for the attack because he is restrained.
I'm not sure.
I'm fairly certain, yes.
Restraining pressure has a speed of 0, so attack rolls against him have advantage. But yes, it was with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I needed
Damn
it.
good. Yeah, you did. And with 4 points, where do you stab this goblin?
Barney kind of like shifts him beside him here and drives his dagger right up underneath his armpit.
And you sink it in, you see it like eyes wide for a second and then narrow like it's gonna try and do something, and then it just kind of like and it's still kind of restrained by this lightning rune that you can see, and you sort of pull back for a second because the lightning's starting to like and since this creature died in it, it just starts to char and burn like it's being tased uncontrollably. And hair starts to burn and sizzle and pop before it like falls over.
Barney like pulls his hand back and he keeps trying to reach in and grab his dagger out, but he keeps getting zapped. I'll get it after. I'll get after. Ow.
And it indeed, you fell this hobble. But yeah, they seem to be interested in something, whatever was in that section that you couldn't get to. But they chased you out here, or you felled some of them, and then it obviously got to this point. but the area is now quiet. You don't hear anything, at least as of right now. No more rustling from inside buildings. No more glass or smashing.
Oh,
Excuse me.
I sit down on the rubble. Oh, it was so
It's
fast.
always poke something.
Yeah,
Where
you
this come from?
you they have a little bit of a benefit if they're attacking buddies, but you had killed them before you got to there. So
All I knew was I knew hobgoblins can be a pain sometimes, so I was like, you know what? I'll just ruin it in place just in case.
yeah. But yeah, it has like this really makeshift mall on the grounds. Like it might have been a soldier's at one point, but it's like attached like a cartwheel to one part and like reinforced the handle up. So it's kind of like this weird goblin mall, but it's quite large.
Barney did not want to have to block an attack from it because he was just expecting to get his arm broken underneath his shield. He did. It was like trying to just trying to get away.
Ask it, Barney, where'd this come from?
Oh, the building over there, beside the booze. And I
I
point
shake
around
my
the
head.
corner.
Booze, of course.
It's full.
Well,
It's full of roots.
we killed quite a few things on the inside, or might be more in there. What about the other buildings since you went in there?
I only went in that one, but I didn't even make it into the back. I just got into the front door and they heard me. It's hard to be It's hard to be quiet in this, and I lift my chainmail and it's going.
Okay, okay.
Mumble Man's gone back inside because he wants to look at that chest.
Okay. The one beside the tent in there?
Yep.
Okay. You pop it open. You can see that it has like a hand twist, like almost like a deadbolt lock. And you kind of take a moment to look and you're like, okay, yeah, I've seen this before. And you kind of pop the deadlocks on either side of it, which allows it to open. It's not locked with a key per se,
Okay.
but clearly they weren't able to figure out how to open this. Inside, you can see that there is a layer of gold pieces on the bottom. There is a wrapped up scroll and what looks like to be like a copper whistle or something inside.
I'll absentmindedly pocket the gold while I'm reading the scroll.
Okay, there is like 50 gold pieces here.
Ooh.
You take the rolled up scroll and you take the copper whistle and you kind of pull it out, and it's a bit patinaed, a bit older, but it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't emit any glow or anything like that. But looks like an officer's whistle or something like that. And the scroll of paper, you start to open it up and you realize that there are sigils from it. So it's a scroll of some sort.
Um. Hmm. Can I do an Arcana check on it?
Sure, you can.
Ah.
Damn. Okay.
Cool.
I guess I'll just outright tell you what it is. It's a scroll of
Sorry, a scroll of.
long strider.
Okay.
Yeah, you've seen that somewhere before, whether it's through a book or something you've read before, but the sigil kind of comes to mind. You're like, oh, I know what that is. I cast this that boosts. I make you
Yes.
run fast. Yeah, okay, I know what this is. Yeah.
No, I know what it is from like a century and a half ago,
Yeah.
but I don't have any connection to that memory at all. It's just like, yeah, I've definitely seen it.
But that's what you gather there. You see the oxen still in the midst of eating some of the stuff. Well, slower, not as much as it was before. It kind of eats a couple and pokes its head up and looks around. Pops back down some more.
Which way do y'all think we should go? Should we go into the other building or back into this big keep and figure out what's going on inside there?
Well, I've found a few things here, and I will give them access to the scraps of paper and notes that I've found.
Okay.
I don't know who this Greer guy is, and I don't know quite what they're talking about with blade traps or the mechanism with like fire and scones and stuff, but we need to maybe start paying attention. I'm sure that Altair, he's book smart. He might be able to figure it out.
Sure, you're probably more book smart than I am.
And where's that honey you're talking about there and the bee's nest?
I can't hear you. I'm outside.
Oh, where's that honey in the bee's nest? Oh, I came back outside. Or are you outside whereabouts?
Oh no! Sorry, I choked on my food. I it I was just it was just the way. You never heard anyone say that? Like, oh, I poked a bee's nest. Like when you accidentally poke something and then they all come after you.
Oh, is that
I
like
went in there.
stomping on an anthill?
Yeah.
Ah, you're not from around here, are you?
No.
Okay. I'll try and remember that. Bee's nest, ant hill, nest, ants, bees, honey. Honey.
No, honey.
You
Although
see,
there was a
you
ton
say
of
no
stuff in that
honey, and he
building from what
starts
I
to
saw.
frown.
Sorry, what'd you say, Josh?
Oh, I just said, but there was a ton of stuff in that building from what I saw.
Well, lead the way.
And I'll lead them to
Guess
the
we'll
building over
go
here.
clear this building first.
You can see some bottles of ale or something sitting out here as well, Josh.
I'll take one as I pass by.
You do.
It
They've
was a
been,
long morning.
yeah, they're a bit warm, just the temperature outside, but you get inside. Excuse me.
That's never stopped me before.
But yeah, you can see as you guys walk in here, fresh spilled blood from some of the dead goblins that are in here.
I
You
pick up
see.
the hilt of my sword here off the ground.
Okay. Okay.
Mumbleman holds out his hand and asks if you've got the blade for it too.
I like scour. I like look all over the ground for it. There it is. And I go grab it off the ground. Yeah, right here.
And I will cast mending on it.
Okay. It restores a bit of its durability, but you know that it's most likely it's not 100%. It might need to be addressed by a smith or something like that, but it's functional.
This will hold for now, but I make no promises. And it'll probably fail when you need it the absolute most.
Yeah, it was my fault, and I practiced the strike I did. I just overextended. Got it way too deep.
Bjorn, you walk into like what looks to be like a kitchen mess hall area. You pass by a woman who's been sort of ejected into a bookshelf. You see a number of guards in here. You can see actually one has a quiver of arrows on its back that's spilled out on the floor and it's laying dead over a bow. There is bottles strewn about, debris, plates. knocked over shelves. It just looks like it's been ransacked in here.
Grab the arrows.
Okay, roll a d12 for me, please. Fuck, okay, you get 12 fucking arrows from it. Nice. And it looks to be like a not makeshift, like a lower quality short bow that died.
I just want to kind of bend it forward and pop the string off.
Okay.
And just take the bowstring.
Easily enough for you to do, and you gather that bowstring. Altair, you walk in and see the thing, Bjorn's sort of mess hall area. Mumbleman, you're standing here and you can see a lot of the overgrowth and sort of fresh ichor pouring out of these vine-like creatures that have been slain here.
I'm gonna examine it and see if there's anything I can harvest off it.
Make a survival check. Or I guess, sorry, make a nature.
And do I get a bonus for any of my tools?
I'd say Andrew. Actually, sure.
Nature.
You start to study it, looking it over. You realize, like, okay, it's got some weird, like, calcium buildup teeth and, like, a weird sort of stringy tongue that hangs out of its mouth. The rest of it seems to be gnarled vine from, like, the roots. So a lot of that, you're like, oh, I've seen that.
Yep.
So if you want to try and take something, you can probably pop a couple teeth out and take the tongue if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll take the teeth and tongue.
Altair, you move over there, you can see a woman who's killed against the backside of the shelf. Books have strewn all over the place.
I guess how long has she been dead, we think? Or I think.
Make a medicine. You start to move closer and you get closer and closer and the smell starts to hit you. She's been probably dead for a good while now. No expression on the face, like long gone. Scent of decay gets closer and closer. You get to it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, she's been dead for a while." Give me a general survival check, Mumbleman, if you're looking to harvest each one of these things as you go.
Yep. And he'll just do it absent-mindedly, but yeah, that's what he will do. So survival.
And as, yeah, because now you're actually in the midst of harvesting teeth. So each one of these that you go to, you can pull the tongue and 2 teeth out of.
Okay.
It would be 8 teeth and 4 tongues. And you can see that the vines have overgrown like bedrolls, and at the very end of the hall, there's like mattresses and bed frames that have been destroyed by the roots. But something has gone through here recently, slain these like within enough time that the ichor hasn't dried up on the floor yet.
I'm just gonna assume it was a hobgoblin.
Could I have grabbed this sconce and taken it into the other room?
Sure you can.
See?
Is this paper or book?
Sorry. There you go. That looks to be like a leather-bound journal or something that's pinched between some of the debris on the table. There is like a terracotta pot here that's in the middle that has like a weird spout hanging off the end, but it's only about the size of like a small gourd. It's rolled to the center of the collapsed V of the table, and it's pinned also against like maybe like a spice rack or something that fell on this book as well.
I want to kind of move that stuff and check out the book.
Okay. You grab the book. Oh, wow. Yeah, awesome. Okay. That is fun. Do you read it?
Yeah, I'm reading it.
Okay, so yeah, you start to peak. Your interest is immediately peaked as soon as you see that. You guys see Bjorn starting to read through some of this books. Barney, you walk in there with the sconce in your hand, start to illuminate some of the interior. You can see that this was like food preparation stations, grain storage, sack, like just a bunch of stuff in here for food, culinary. You also catch a number of empty bottles, broken bottles. So you're like, oh shit, I'll just score something in here. You start looking.
And I
You see all the satchels? I'm just kind of walking around Bjorn.
Okay.
You're just checking everything out. And like,
Sure. Altair, what's up, man?
can I look to see like if I can figure out what killed these things that you said were recently killed?
Sure thing. You can actually see like the first one seems to be kind of like cut, like how this head formed from the roots. One of them's been cut off, like blade. Some of them have been like hacked apart. This one over here has been sort of bludgeoned a bit, but not enough to destroy its head. And you sort of had watched Mumbleman sort of carve away at some of them a bit before. But looking at where he cut away a tooth and the tongue, you can see that this one's been smashed. This one up here has been sort of pulped a little bit.
Almost like they were hit with a maul.
Or something. Barney, what's up?
yeah, I kind of was just showing that I walked around, checked out the body and the bags over here, and then I saw this bag on the table, and I'll set
Yeah.
the sconce down and check it out.
So that actually isn't. It's not so much a bag. It's just the icon looks that way. Sorry, that's
Okay.
that terracotta pot about the size of a gourd, and it has like a weird like elbow off one side. It's not a handle, but it's like this circular gourd-sized terracotta pot.
I just trying to like peek at it and stuff, and see if there's anything inside it.
Yeah, you pick it up and you spill it out. As you pour it out on the ground, like it starts to pour out like boop, 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 and just water pours out of it. And like surprisingly, you're sitting there watching it go like, and like it's like, okay, that's a lot of fucking water pouring out of the fucking thing. Then like it stops after a good while, but surprisingly more fluid in it than you thought it would be holding.
Huh. Wish it was wine. I'll kind of like see if any more will come out. Is it out for the day or something?
You kind of tilt it up and tilt it back down, and you get like a last few drops out of it before it kind of stops. But it held a lot of water in there, more than what you thought it would.
Barney's just looking confused, like, did you see that?
See Bjorn completely enraptured by whatever he's reading.
And like a quick little bit of like rage, I grab a piece of the table and sling it into the wall right behind me.
Okay,
just, like,
fine. I'll find someone
You
else.
kind of just like kind of see like tears kind of roll down my face as I started shaking my head. I'm sorry. Apparently my mother was here before she passed. Which is confusing because she passed when I was younger. So it's weird how my mother's mentioned here in this on this page.
Barney pats Bjorn on the back once, is like, there, big guy.
Bjorn fucking punches you in the head.
And walks and just kind of backs away.
Out of nowhere, Bjorn becomes the giant again and grabs you and picks you up and shakes you like a ragdoll.
Mumbleman, what are you doing? Go through everyone individually.
Is this the woman that you've said a few times that like was blasted and pushed through like a wall or whatever?
Yeah, bookshelf.
Yeah. I will examine her and then the books on the shelf or anything around.
Yeah. You can definitely tell she was forcefully thrown into this bookshelf. You can see a chunk of the wood is like protruded through her chest. But she's bled on a number of books. There are a number of books strewn about. None of them appear as ancient as some of the ones you've seen in recent time, but there is just a number of books.
Anything alchemical wise that'll catch my attention, or and I do want to search her body thoroughly. Is she like a peasant? Does she look like an adventurer? Does she?
She looks more like an acolyte. Um, she would have been one of like the ones that cast the light healing spells or some cantrips that you'd seen in Beauvais.
Okay.
A little bit different appearance than some of the other ones, but very similar garb and attire. She has like a small leather satchel attached to her side, most likely a coin pouch or something like that. The books you start to look through, and you can see a couple on like, oh yeah, this is general history of this area. Oh, there's a book on herbalism. You start to flip through, and it gives you a small bit of very similar
Basic
information
knowledge.
that you have from like where ingredients are found.
Yeah.
But besides that, the rest is like, like my first steps and like,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Basic stuff. I'll toss around. I'll check out
yeah,
her little satchel.
yeah.
And
It has a small coin
um,
and like a
anything silver
handkerchief.
or bigger I'd take.
Sorry, pardon me.
Anything silver or bigger I would take.
Okay, so you get 7 pieces of silver. Bjorn, you walk up to this hallway, and you can see it leads into like a barracks or a sleeping area. There's a chandelier that has fallen, smashed on some of the beds, taken out one of the end tables. But it seems like it goes down into like an office at the very end of the hall. And there's a number of beds in here with just other random objects around.
Seeing what I found, I kind of immediately run up to any books or pages I see and pick them up and start trying to read them.
Okay. That would be not that one. Yeah, that'd be this one. You guys watch Bjorn also sort of disappear and around Altair. You watch him sort of walk up that hallway, turn a corner, and disappear.
I'm gonna follow.
And you also take in like the back portion of this barracks. Bjorn, you enter what looks to be like an officer's office, captain's office or something. There's like a decorative chair. What you notice immediately is a number of pages, maps, chest back here. And the first thing that catches your eye is movement, as on the back, sort of hanging off the arm of the chair, is a piece of fabric that is sort of just moving on its own. It's just like flapping, sitting, like it's.
Just run there and I immediately pick up another book.
Pick up another book. That one there is this one. And you start studying through, and you're like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to sort of take in here. Altair, you catch up and you see Bjorn starting to read books. And you can see on this one table here, there's a number of like on the table, like, like I'm not going to say a war table, like similar to that. Like they have maps pointed out. There's like the pins sticking into one in particular, like you are here, this is that, like, and kind of situation. And you sort of study through it and you realize, like, okay, I'm looking at northern practice, isolated. I'm like, oh, this is a southern practice. So you can see that there's a couple other useful.
Pick up the other book.
The other book
Kind of
here.
toss the other one to the side. I'll pick up the other one and start looking.
It's that one. So yeah, that's all of the books there. I put one extra token. So yeah. So you've gathered a lot of the journal entries, letters, and journals from this area. So you snag that, you snag that. Piece of fabric continues to flap and move on its own attached to the chair. There's books and some bottles and tomes in this area as well. A chest. Mumble Man, you breach the corner, you see the barracks, and you see Bjorn at the end studying through books, and Altair starting to look around in this what looks to be an office in the back. And Barney, what are you doing? Heading outside?
Yeah, Barney's gonna head outside and he's gonna sit on the front stoop of the building essentially, and just gonna have a drink and
Okay.
think.
How much have you drank?
Not that much.
Okay. Awesome.
And I've been fully healed like twice, so I
Gotcha.
would have been. I had 10 points of my what's it called?
Lay on hands.
Lay on hands, so I would be sobered.
Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, Bjorn, you taking a lot of that information.
Yeah, kind of relay some of the stuff to Altair that I found about Greer wanting more people, just more people to go to the tower. It seems like the main focus of a lot of stuff here is in the tower, and that apparently my mother was here. It seems like it's my mother. Maybe somebody else has her name, but I've never heard anybody with the name Freya.
That would be a coincidence for sure.
How my mother survived and never came back, I wouldn't know what to think.
Hmm.
Bjorn kind of just decides, he's like, I'm gonna have to go sit down.
Barge through Mumble Man.
Yeah, just
Which
kind of
is
walk past.
unusual. Mama Man kind of notices that you're disgruntled, but he doesn't pay attention, you know? Did you check out that chest yet, Altair?
I kind of go
No.
sit down. Sorry.
You see
I haven't.
Barney's outside sitting on the edge of the doorway here. Sort of reemerge outside.
Plop down next to him and Barney, do you have a bottle of wine in your hands?
Yeah.
I kind of grab the bottle and take a big swig and hand it back to you.
I take it back and I'll pull one out of my bag and hand it to you.
Mumble Man, you emerge to see Altair. You say, "Oh yeah, you've seen that chest," but movement catches your eye on the chair. The chair itself seems to be moving, or something that's attached to the chair. But there is also that chest that hasn't been touched yet.
I'm gonna let Altair decide which route he wants to go first.
Um, I say apparently Bjorn's mother was here for it's quite a coincidence. Might have to look into that a little bit more.
I thought he said his mother died.
Yeah, he said she was here at some point, or at least someone with the same name.
There's only one explanation. Time travel.
A ghost.
I've heard of it.
Two explanations.
And this flapping piece of fabric is annoying me, so I'm gonna go examine it.
You get closer to it, you can see on the table there's a bunch of strewn about. And as you get closer and sort of take a look at the cloth, sort of grab it for a second and pull it off, and you realize that it's a cape or some form of cloak. And as you hold it, it sort of moves on its own. It seems to be flapping constantly.
What do you make of this thing? You think it's alive? And I start poking it.
Probably not. I don't see why it would be alive.
You don't think it's magical, do you?
I don't know. Is there like? I guess I go over to it, lick my talon, and see if there's a breeze.
It does create a little bit of wind because it's to be moving on its own. So
Okay, I roll it
think it's
into a
just there.
I roll it into a ball, and then I wrap it really tightly so it quits moving, and then
which it does.
I give it to Altair. You might want to take that with you.
Why me?
Well, we can examine it later, but I'm carrying all this stuff, and my jug whistles a little bit. Puff puff.
Okay, sure. I'll take it.
And
Okay.
you want to do me a favor and open up that chest?
Why don't you want to?
Well, sometimes chests are fine, and other times like I know I used to booby trap my chests, and
So you want me to open it since maybe it's booby trap?
well, if you're too scared, I can do it.
I'll I'll look. I'll check it for traps first.
Okay.
Um,
Give me an investigation check.
investigation.
You sort of move up to it and you start looking at it, checking it out, checking each hinge point. Looks kind of good. In the midst of investigating it, you kind of bump it and it moves, so it's not even very heavy, but it doesn't appear to be trapped.
Looks good to me. I open it.
You open it up, and it sort of opens up, and you can see on the inside that there's a number of like preserves on the top, a couple jars of something that's been kept inside, and then there is like leather strapping wrapped around what looks to be like some sort of sack or something on the inside. But there are 3 jars, this leather strapping, and then whatever satchel's wrapped up in the strap or in the leather itself.
I'll let Mumbleman know what's in here.
I will
Ask
start
him what he
examining
wants
the
to.
jars. Here, you look at this. I'm gonna look at these, and I take the jars over to the table, and start holding them up to the light a little bit, and if I need to or can, open them up and smell them, try to identify.
Okay, so you open them, and they kind of like, and you realize you broke like a preservative seal.
Okay.
One of them, you kind of shake it around to get the contents to move around to see what it is. One of them is a bunch of pickled eggs, a jar of pickled eggs. There is a jar of peppers, like hot peppers, and there is a jar of pickles inside. So whatever was in here, someone was keeping some actual preservatives inside jars here. So they're kind of not going to say delicacies, but they're a little bit rarer of like a material or of a food to have.
I automatically eat a pickled egg. The peppers I will tuck away.
Yeah,
The
it's good.
pickles,
It's really
yeah.
good.
The pickles I'll just leave because I'm not a fan of pickles. But the
What a
pickled egg,
pickled egg you are.
yes. There's a texture difference, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Do you want me to explain this? No. Mama Man starts talking to himself and the voice in his head.
Altair, are you looking at the leather stuff?
Yeah, I am.
It looks to be like a bridle for like a horse. The leather strapping is, and it is wrapped around a feed bag, but the feed bag is heavier than it should be. If that makes any sense, like it's got some fucking heft to it, but it's empty.
But
But you can tell with the way it straps on, like it is a horse's feed bag.
Okay.
And that's it. And then,
Oh.
yeah.
I'll be like, I'll open it. I mean, it's if it's heavy for some odd reason, there might be something hiding it. Like they might have hid something in it.
Yeah. You open it up, and it as you pour it, you kind of open it up, and it starts to pour out like oats and grain onto the ground, and more of it flows out than you'd think it would hold.
Does it just keep going, or
It
does it
goes,
stop?
it goes for a good bit before it actually stops, and it leaves like a larger pile than the actual shape of the feed bag itself on the ground. But then it is now empty.
But
But the reins,
I
like the
start
bridle, is
putting.
really elaborate. Really nice set of like reins and bridle.
I start putting as much as I can see inside the bag and see how much I can put in it.
You fill about half of the amount that poured out of it back in the bag to fill it up, and there's still like half that much back on the ground.
I pour it out again.
It pours out on that much only pours back in.
Okay. I guess I'll put. Can I put the stuff that was like the reins and stuff inside that bag?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So you said it was reins and what else?
Like a rein and bridle, like the things that you would strap a horse up with, but they're really nice. Like they're really, or I'm not going to say ornate, but they're embroidered with nice trim and stuff like that. Definitely was like a captain horse bridle stuff, right? Like it's got that air of regal to it.
Rein and bridle, very nice. Inside. What does
Then
the bag? Does the bag look nice?
the bag is pretty nice as well. It's not nearly as decorated as the rein and bridle, but it appears to be like a feed sack, like a feeding bag of sorts.
That's a nice bag. All I can think about is like that partnership. Like, that's a nice rock.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I let Mumbleman know what I found.
Yeah, that's and yeah,
I
you guys
I,
scour through here.
I hold out the
I
jar
tell
of pickled eggs and ask him if he wants one.
no thank you. I'm gonna say exactly what I put in my notes. Momo, I found a really nice rein and bridle inside a nice bag that holds a lot of food.
All right.
Holds a lot more than I feel like it should.
Yeah,
Um, being that I knew exactly what it was, Cody, can I use that scroll, or do you have to be a certain class to use it?
like the scroll you found.
Yep.
Anyone can use a scroll.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just been a while.
Bjorn and Mumbleman and Altair are still inside. We'll cut out to Barney and Bjorn sitting out there sharing a bottle outside.
Did you take the bottle from me?
Yeah, I've only had like 2 sips of it. I'm not
Okay.
much of a drinker.
When you first would have opened it, Barney would have offered his bottle up for cheers, and when we clanked drink bottles, he would have said, "Sorry, buddy," and patted you on the back, and then took a big swig.
Take a little sip and I kind of like wipe it off and set it back down and put my hand up like no more. I don't drink much. Not my thing, but finding this out required a drink.
Sometimes you just need a drink.
Or 6.
I can agree to that. Get up and just walk out just a little bit.
And yeah, you can take in the back portion now of this keep grounds. You can see that there's a mine shaft. There's a number of like colored crystals and mined ore and bodies of guards back here. A couple more tents. But there is a small billowing of smoke emerging from the top portion of the door of the mine shaft, which most likely is creating the haze on the inside of this keep grounds here.
Barney. Could mine shafts be smoking?
I don't know.
Did you hear him, Josh?
No, I didn't hear. Sorry.
I said,
was getting something on the
should mine shafts be smoking?
I don't know. What if they're mining food?
Mining
Rocks?
smoked meats.
Barney's gonna stand up and chug the like finish off his bottle and set it on the table. I guess we should check it out.
Go in there or explore the main building some more and figure out what's past this trap that Mama Man was saying was getting set off.
Maybe Mumbleman knows why it's smoking. We should ask first before we go check.
Altair and Mumbleman, you heading out of the building now, or?
I kind of want to pause here, so I have a week to come up with an explanation, or 6 on why the mine is smoking.
I mean, it is pushing 10:30. If you guys do want to stop here, we can. It's up to you.
No, I can keep going. I don't have anything on the top of my head on why mines smoke. I need to do some research.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine tonight.
I'm still good to go if you guys want. Like, we're pushing 10:30. It's getting that time.
Well, yeah, like, are we going into something, first encounter small, or are we going into something big that's going to take time?
Well, both of them, whichever direction you choose from this point, besides, like, I'd say, like, RP conversation, discerning, like, explaining what you found, maybe elaborating a bit on some of the journals and notes you found with each other. But heading into the tower to try and figure out where that one passage goes to is going to take time. And obviously the mine shaft is going to be its own little thing too. So
is there any place that we've gone so far or that we've noticed would be good for a short rest?
There is a number of places now, especially that you've cleared places out. That especially the room that you just came from would most likely still be able to be sealed off. Like the other buildings have holes in the walls, blasted out, like root growth marks. This one looks like you might be able to seal the door off and chill back in there.
Do we think we can get the oxen inside?
This barracks, no, not through that door.
So we'd be taking our chance with the oxen.
Or you can try and lead the oxen into one of the rooms of the other building, because you have cleared out the main building as well. That definitely could fit in the areas that you had cleared out before, but you won't be able to kind of seal it off the same, I guess you can say.
Yeah, we'd be more on keeping quiet and getting a little bit lucky to get the short rest in, as opposed to being protected while we're having a short rest.
Right.
I'm just putting that out there for options, or we can move forward into exploration.
Well, I mean, obviously not to tell you, short rest probably would be optimal. You guys haven't had much of that since you've got here and have that big fight. But again, you are free people.
I am going to go over here to the oxen and kind of get it by its reins to bring it over closer to the barracks.
Okay. Definitely can do. Start leading it over. Kind of rolls up over the bodies of the dead as you kind of get to this point. You can see the oxen has had its fill. It's not nearly interested in trying to scrounge for food anymore. It's just kind of patiently waiting and sort of bobbing its head back and forth.
Is there like something solid in the ground around here, or a big chunk of wood I can kind of like go take that kind of like knock into the ground?
Hell yeah. So one of the major posts of this tent beside you would probably act as a good one of those things.
Okay, I take out that rope, double over itself so it's 25 feet, and kind of like secure it to the oxen so it can still move but can't take
Okay.
off on us.
Okay. Tie up a
And
knot. It's pretty simple for you to tie a knot.
yeah,
Which you do, and it kind of has become. Do you detach it from the cart, or you keep it on the cart?
um, I detach it from the cart, but I want to kind of like wedge some wood in between the spokes so the cart can't just roll off.
Right. So kind of tuck it away, chalk the wheels, tie up the ox, anchor it down.
Yep. And then go inside to that room where we can fortify it to take a short rest.
Awesome.
During the short rest, um, I would like to examine that cloth if Altera will let me.
I have a few things for you to examine.
Oh, what else do you
So
have?
that's okay. I have this um wand for me, staff for goblins thing. Guessing it's a wand of magic missiles out of game. And then probably look at the rein and bridle and the nice food bag.
And then we've got the cloth. So you pick one of those three
Yeah.
things. Because I'm only gonna have time to take a look at one, basically.
You want the cloth, so have the cloth.
All right. So
Okay.
I will spend the hour examining the cloth and doing some alchemical tests and stuff on it and trying to figure out exactly what it is. But I
Okay.
do not have the identify spell.
No. That's fine. You can spend an hour investigating, I believe,
Yeah.
to ascertain what something does. Which you will do. Okay. Altair, what are you going to do for your downtime here?
I mean, if I'm able to do that as well, sure.
Okay.
Um, I'm interested in the bag.
Okay.
Is it a bag of holding or bag of holding food or like
Okay. So I'm just going to go through each one of you just to see what you're doing first. Barney, what are you going to do in that hour?
I want to just check the two dead bodies in here and see if they had a replacement sword, short sword, maybe.
Okay. Sure.
Um,
Okay.
and then I'll probably just grab like some food and maybe check out that jug that I had picked up.
Right.
Um, and see if, like, and if nobody, like, if Mumbleman or Altair or something isn't busy, see if they know anything about it.
Sure thing.
If
Okay.
I can't figure it out,
Awesome.
that's about it.
Bjorn.
I actually kind of am just after I shore up the hole, you gotta make sure we're somewhat protected. I'm gonna sit down and kind of just meditate and try to think about what's going on and curse whatever the hell's going on with
Okay.
Thorn.
can I
We will get
can I
into a
change
bit
to
of a bit.
the wand instead of the bag? Inspect
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Sure. You could. Absolutely. Bjorn, we will get into a small vision next session with your meditation here. Um, that'll be what happens for your hour. Barney, or sorry, I'll go Mumbleman first. That is a cloak of billowing.
Awesome.
So it is, you know what that is.
Yeah.
Altair, that is a wand of magic missiles. It currently has 0 charges in it. It will recharge at dawn. So once that happens, you realize that its magical energy is expended, but it didn't suffer the disenchantment from expending all its charges. But currently, at the moment, it has none it can utilize until the next day. Barney, you start to look at this jug and you're like, what the fuck is this thing? And like, you emptied it out before you did, and you kind of spin it around and look at it, more water pours out after a period of time has gone by. And Mumbleman, you sort of finish up looking at your cloak as you sort of ascertain that a bit quickly of what it does, because you kind of hung it up. You even put it on and sort of seen it, you're like, oh yeah, it constantly moves and flows. And you guys see that Mumbleman has this sort of cloak in their hands that's moving at all given times and sort of looks like this fucking badass cape. But
And every once in a while, you'll see Mumbleman smile, and when he smiles, the cape like billows more and sticks out.
He's gonna be a vigilante, a Mumbleman.
And you sort of are like getting this look of approval from everyone, like you're sort of excited, until you look at Barney, who is fucking pouring water out of a very small alchemical jug.
I drop the cloak and run over towards Barney. What is that?
Well, I found this jug on the table, and I poured it out of the water. Water. And then I went to check it out after dinner, and there was more water in it. It just look it.
So it's
I
like
turned
my
it upside
jug,
down and
but
just poured
smaller.
water on the floor.
It's like my jug, but smaller. Does it have?
It's
How many
like
spouts does it have?
it's about a fifth the size of the one you have, but the volume doesn't seem to matter.
And he's like, I don't really know, and he just keeps pouring water out on the floor, over and over again, a little bit at a time.
I check it
Sure.
for engravings and see if I can get it to change when it pours out.
You
I let Mumbleman take it out of my hands. I'm just like, I can't figure anything out about it. I don't know.
you look at it, it has runes scribed on one side, what looked like it might have been like a seal point, like where the pot was created. It's actually a bit more durable. It looks terracotta in color, it's that clay pot style, but it's a bit more durable than that. You realize that most likely, you're familiar with the one you have,
Yeah.
and it's a fraction of the size of the one you have that you're hauling around on your back. Its contents will most likely create the same, but it is a smaller version of your alchemical jug, and it has the capabilities currently to alter what's inside, as its enchantment hasn't changed since the last person left it as water on the inside.
Okay. So
While he does that, I walk over to Barney, pointing the wand right at him, completely forgetting, and say, Barney, I think you might want this.
He's like, dive across the body and pull it over top of me.
Also, Barney, you scan through the bodies looking for a short sword. These two were archers in here, so they only have side daggers, and one bow is missing a string, and the other one doesn't have a sword on them currently. But there is a number of potentiality around this keep that you might be able to scour.
Oh, turn that thing sideways.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. And then it's a walk. I'd say I don't think you really have any ranged attacks at the moment, other than throwing a dagger. Would you be interested in this?
What does it do? Why?
It shoots little missiles at people from far away. Or would you
I
like
think
to
if,
just stay up close?
I mean, if you don't want it, sure. Couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm checking it out. I'm like, which end do the missiles come out of? Holding it sideways like it's like a gun for the
I
first
look at
time.
it and see if it has any engravings like a battery does, where it's like a plus and a minus.
Yeah. You can see one end, like what would look like a ripple, like handheld side of it, is thinner at one end, most likely where you might point it from. It's hard to say though; you haven't used it yet.
I think the narrower end, but I feel like if you want to just hold it in the middle and have each side out to your left and right, it would still work.
But don't I have to like point it?
I don't think the missiles can miss. So I
Ah,
think you don't really need to point it at someone. You just need to have it in your hand to activate it.
that would explain why I felt like I got punched by a giant 10 times.
And speaking of
Sweet.
which, you guys look over and see Bjorn is sort of like in the midst of meditating against the wall in the corner. And I would say that we'll probably end tonight's session there.
Barney will like very carefully place it into a satchel.
Also, I don't know if
Close
you
the
guys want to
flap.
roll any form of hit dice, because you guys would have completed a short rest at this sort of with this downtime, checking out your items that you found, some of the stuff that you got here, if you so choose.
Yeah, I would.
I have yet to take any damage today, so that would be a negative for me. Humble brag.
Mumble brag.
Uh,
I'm rolling 2. 5. Ooh. 5 plus 4. So not ew. I mean, it gets me 1 under max, but still, that's a horrible roll.
I mean, hey, that's not horrible though. To get back almost full.
Yeah.
Meh.
Oh, yours was bad.
Well, you roll a d4. And
Yeah,
you
why are you
instead
rolling a
of a
d4
d10.
on for your hit dice?
There's a button that says hit dice.
Did you adjust your hit dice to your?
Yeah, I think fighters are D10, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, D10 or D10. Yeah.
It, it doesn't matter. I only need 3 points to be back to full. So
Oh.
Well, fix it
True.
for next time.
Yeah, in the future, you do
I,
roll a
I fixed.
D10 for your hit dice.
I fixed it.
Oh, there's actually a button for short rest.
Yeah, I
What's
tried to
that
set the
do?
stuff up. It like resets everything that you have set up on short rest, but every time I use it,
Oh,
it zeroes everything out.
okay.
So I
Meh.
don't know
Yeah,
what I
mine
did
didn't.
wrong
Are
with
you
that.
putting a number in for your total on your short rest items? So
Yeah.
like I've got a small um one, and then I've got a big one. And the big one,
Oh no.
yeah.
How do I do that?
Beside total, just click in there, and there's another box that comes up.
Okay.
Druids get wild shape back on short rest, right?
Um,
Yeah, twice for short rest. Sweet. Okay.
Look at all you shits getting stuff back. I get like squat.
yeah, you do. Well, you also didn't use my.
Yes, I did. I used 2 spell slots out of the 3 that I have.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I
shut
used
up.
one of the 2 vials of acid I produced. I used the experiment. Well, somebody broke my experimental elixir for the day.
whoa, whoa, whoa. The climb broke your experimental elixir.
Yeah, the terrain did that. Thank
It definitely wasn't my fault for falling.
I did not say it was your fault. I said somebody, so we'll call it something.
you. I'll be 1 sec. But Yask. Good shit tonight, guys.
Yeah.
I guess would this building be the best, like, for us to put all the, like,
Armor and shit.
armor and stuff in, or do we want to take that with us to the next town?
I think we finish clearing this place out, and then we gather and see how much we have.
And then decide from there.
Yeah, because I'm thinking
Okay.
there might be too much.
And there's nothing here preventing anyone else from doing that mission because they didn't take it down. So they could just come. This whole place is cleared and everything's all collected already. So
Yeah, and outside of game, meta gaming a little bit, I'm thinking if we can open up, get past that trap, that maybe we store stuff back in behind it and reset the trap.